The lives of the people of Agbogboloshi matter as much as the lives of the people of East Legon or cantonments. Enti yeba hano yebesi toilets amamu yebesi toilets in all yebesi 8-unit toilets, 4 8-unit toilets, 32 toilets in all, among the people of Agbogboloshi. Usorina uko toilet, uya ubejari enyasa. Ubejari. Usorina uko toilet, uya ubejari enyasa. Ubejari. Enti yebesi bath houses so akaho. Usorina uko toilet, uya ubejari enyasa. Ubejari. Enti yebesi bath houses so akaho. Yebesi 24-unit bath houses and 80 in all. 24-unit bath houses. Say there, mubenya ebi mubeko na mujare anapa. Usorina uko toilet, uya ubejare enyasa. Ubejare. Enti yebesi bath houses so akaho. Yebesi 24-unit bath houses and 80 in all. 24-unit bath houses. Say there, mubenya ebi mubeko na mujare anapa. Na mujare so na mako.
All right, good evening and welcome to the show. My name is Kevin Taylor. It's exactly, sorry, why do I have this in my ear? I'm so sorry. Welcome to the show. My name is Kevin Taylor. We are live on TV, radio, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and all platforms. This show is with Audio Respect Extended Version. My producers are called The Good Steam. Thank you very much for tuning in. The Unyame Epe Enawaye, the Akuma Daso and Unyame Aye. I bought South Africa 2-0. Now go so many red cards in 9. Now get 2 players, but what would him say? The pair and the penny yamepe. Inti Yanyamia say Sunday, me sorry, I check, me sorry. Debia South Africa Bobia no, you sorry, Kwasia 4 and Ashomo. All right, so we are back. South Africa say, come back to us, come back. Say, and you know, come back to South Africa. Network. Go say, Eta come back to me. I have heard that you are all alone. Come back to me, old school boy. South Africa, come back. We are back. We are back. Eta. Foolish people. You have lost the game. Instead of you to concentrate and play and make sure you play as a team, you are foolishly doing Eta skills on the pitch. You see, Mexicans, mere Mexicans. South Africa, you are so foolish, eh? Right now, Ghana for more South Africa. Almost them no more lower TV no more share. Go. Hi, good evening to Numo Ahmed, all the way in Garten, Naturina. Numo Ahmed, good evening to Numo. Come back to me. Come back to South Africa. Come back. All right, thank you very much. Moment Fashion and the Kakribi upon South Africa for this show is dedicated to South Africa. Almost a fucking Jimina, we are back. We are back today to discuss. We are back again today to discuss Ghana Honsem. It's exactly 9:27. I can't 3 minutes now, about 9:30. Regular time. So you show no regular time. Kakrana ho ne bedwum. And then in summer a dapono so a yebese ba ne yebekirikirem. Endra. Eye ewa santimemu. Hey. This year, there's a sentiment, a sentiment to change. Endra, you would see what a year Afari Hospital. You would come back crazy in for so being so. You besa edin komo afa a year and in summer ACC. Now, on the screen, no topic that's simple. A year, the wound to me saga, chairman wound to me on any lawyer, any in summer, beba. A few days ago, me catcher must say. A year chairman wound to me radio stations and the TV stations, any the MPP, some MPP supporters, they are preparing the minds of the people. They know for a fact that such a man to me, Wabokro Noitia or my Ghana. We are on my Ghana. Why you may be a Sibu in Fasoni so. Now, I'm a kind of cray actually Ghana for me who's a chairman to me. You may be a year and not in track and try now. I'm fucking where I was say in Brandon Dino. They were sitting on TV and radio and trying to make it look like, say, Ubi time chairman to me. There are so many people in Ghana. I didn't know be Angina court. There are so many minors in Ghana. I didn't know Angina court. The reason is that a Jumadia chairman to me D and then the Nakopia court. It's no more prepare my journey. And I've told you, last time I catch him say, will be the same or example, or without due respect to people with autism. He's an autistic child and one mental problem kakra into the unity go for shada. But say Maurice Ampao Casano Nyabutan or Shana. Also, we Jimmy 80%, 20 in a year. Juma. Mekacha Ghana for say the strategy of the NPP is to come out, at least supporters of Chairman Wuntumi, come out and try to make it look like Obitai Chairman Wuntumi. I told you, they know. Apia could be on the Chairman Wuntumi, but when we get there, we will talk about it. There are a few things we can discuss today. Rebecca in Semia for excavators, Naimos Waha, Sensuwa Akasa, Speaker of Parliament, Wuntumi issue no ho, and also DVL Assembly Fiwaba, and Imbrantibia, police at Chuomo. Again, I meant to on YouTube, on Facebook, and also on Air TikTok. I would like to say good evening to every single person watching me tonight. Yan started showing in term if we say a year World Cup, and then a start year. Nanina Kusini say a year South Africa 4, Mexico 4, Ashomu 2. Obianu South Africa 4. Let me speak in English so that they will understand me. We all know South Africans are dumb people. When it comes to sports, they are sometimes good when it comes to sports, especially with soccer. They have never done anything extraordinary. When we went to South Africa to play the World Cup, we also saw the foolishness they exhibited there, outside the stadium. On the pitch, it was beautiful. But, as time went on, we have come to that realization that South Africa as a nation, they don't even have a name. You go to the World Cup calling yourself South Africa, whilst Zimbabwe is in South Africa. Lesotho is in South Africa. We have Mozambique in South Africa. You sit there, you call yourself South Africa. Jimmy, you need to go with an identity. South Africa as a nation don't even have a name that was given to them by their forefathers, a name that they basically built out of their own origin. South Africa is a misplaced country. They cannot even go out with an identity. When I step out as a Ghanaian and I go out and tell Ghanaians, tell the world, oh, I'm an African. They will ask me, which part of Africa are you from? I can say I'm from West Africa. Then they will ask, which part of West Africa? Then I'll tell them I'm from Ghana. But if you're South African and you step out of your nation, your so-called nation, and people ask you, where are you from? You just say, I'm from South Africa. But the person will tell you that Mozambique is South Africa. Zimbabwe is also in South Africa. Lesotho is in South Africa. And there are few South Africa. So why do you just say you are from South Africa? It means you are lost in your own shadow. You are a misplaced species walking on this planet without any focus as a human being. So you are basically, you are aligned with animals. That is my pain when it comes to South Africans. So before a South African comes out to speak, to make noise, you first ask them, where are you from? When they tell you that I'm from South Africa, then you ask them, are you a mixed race South African or a South African? Because I am a Ghanaian from Ghana, West Africa. So the things you are seeing on TV today, you saw the complex South African country. You just, they don't even know. They have no identity. These are people who are lost on this planet. The only thing they eat is wheat and intestines of cow. They have no brains to think. So we have to gradually usher them. We have to gradually start educating them. We have to start letting them know where they are from, who they are, before they can understand what humanity and standing together as Africans, before they can understand that. But for now, we are basically dealing with something called Mammalia Malila. In regular language, it is animals. So South Africans are a disgrace to Africa. They are a disgrace to themselves. They have no identity. These are people who are a disgrace to their own mothers, their forefathers, their foremothers, and anyone who represented them in the past, today, and tomorrow. You are a shame to Africa. You are a disease. You are a disgrace. See what you have done to us today. You cannot even talk. You cannot even communicate as a football team. Such a disgraceful bunch of comedians. Your president sits in South Africa and he speaks like he drinks urine. He knows all that is happening. People attacking other Africans. Without due respect, we all don't agree with illegal immigrants, but nobody is giving anybody chance to go after an illegal immigrant. You can do it in a humane form, but you people are terrible. You are terrible as human beings. You go after people to just steal from them. Enter their rooms. Take what they have worked hard for. You are lazy ass niggas. You have no respect for yourselves. That's why you got a red card when it could have been avoided. Very, very weak-minded creatures. All of you, that is why you see these whites in South Africa talk down on you people. I want it to hurt your heart. You are infested with AIDS. We are trying our best to help you people. I want to enter your heart where it hurts. You live on drugs, lazy people. You are walking around the nation, jobless people, people who work, people who are active, people who are responsible, will not get up in the morning dressed in rags in the name of a traditional Ubuntu nonsense, going after people who have worked hard in your country to build your economy. Dirty people. I want it to hurt you. That's why I've taken my time to explain this. Tonight, I want to kill your soul. The pain that you are going through. When people think you were going to the World Cup to win it, swines. You thought you were going to the World Cup you were going to play with humans. The same humans who were hunting down in that your country, which has no original name. Your president is a confused brat. Sends police officers out to go and harass other African countries. A man who is riddled with corruption. Dirty ass man who is licking the ass of a white South African like a slave. You people have no credibility. You have nothing that you can boast of as humans. You live, you shit, you eat it, and you think that we are going to allow you people to walk anyhow. We are going to enter your hearts. We are going to pierce your soul. We are going to make sure our words will destroy the peace in you so that you people live on this planet with that haunted life that you just put across. You are nobody. Nobody regards you people. Around the continent, around the world, people are all cheering against your monkeyisms, your monkeyism attitude, the character that 2026 human being, an African, is trying to poo-poo. The bad character that we are poo-pooing, you are eating it. What kind of people are you? I want to enter your heart tonight. It says,
my Lord, it's me. Sorry, my Lord, it's I. It's I. It's I, Lawyer Nkutajimi. Please, my Lord, can you give me a time I explaining things to you? The case is old case. It's 1978, 28th century, the case. But it's not now the case. Thank you, my Lord. Yes, please, my Lord. My Lord, it's me. Sorry, my Lord, it's I. It's I. It's I, Lawyer Nkutajimi. Please, my Lord, can you give me a time I explaining things to you? The case is old case. It's 1978, 28th century, the case. But it's not now the case. Thank you, my Lord. Yes, please, my Lord. My Lord, it's me. Sorry, my Lord, it's I. It's I. It's I, Lawyer Nkutajimi. Please, my Lord, can you give me a time I explaining things to you? The case is old case. It's 1978, 28th century, the case. But it's not now the case. Thank you, my Lord. Yes, please, my Lord. My Lord, it's me. Sorry, my Lord, it's I. It's I. It's I, Lawyer Nkutajimi. Please, my Lord, can you give me a time I explaining things to you? The case is old case. It's 1978, 28th century, the case. But it's not now the case. Thank you, my Lord. Yes, please, my Lord. My Lord, it's me. Sorry, my Lord, it's I. It's I. It's I, Lawyer Nkutajimi. Please, my Lord, can you give me a time I explaining things to you? The case is old case. It's 1978, 28th century, the case. But it's not now the case. Thank you, my Lord. Yes, please, my Lord. My Lord.
The NPP cannot be underestimated. You know it, I know it. They've been in existence for a long time and have been changing their names up till this day. The nature of who they are. Listen. Munjir. The nature of who they are, what they are, where they've come from, is something they are happy with, and they will be there for a long time. Let's not mimic their behavior. Let us reach into the principles and the values that emerged out of the circumstances that gave birth to us. And if we can hold onto those principles and those values, we will move way into the future and no one can ever defeat us. We will ride and override any obstacle as we did in the past.
The lives of the people of Agbogbolosi matter as much as the lives of the people of East Legon or cantonments. Enti, yeba hano, yebesi toilets amamu. Yebesi toilets. In all, Yebesi 8-unit toilets, 4 8-unit toilets, 32 toilets in all, among the people of Agogo. Usori na uko toilet, uya ubejari enyasa. Ubejari, enti yebesi bath houses so akaho. Yebesi 24-unit bath houses and 80 in all. 24-unit bath houses. Said there, mubenya ebi mubeko na mujare anapa. The lives of the people of Agbogboloshi matter as much as the lives of the people of East Legon or cantonments. Enti yeba hano yebesi toilets amamu yebesi toilets in all yebesi 8-unit toilets, 4 8-unit toilets, 32 toilets in all, among the people of Agogo. Usori na uko toilet, uya ubejari enyasa. Ubejari, enti yebesi bath houses so akaho. Yebesi 24-unit bath houses and 80 in all. 24-unit bath houses. Said there, mubenya ebi mubeko na mujare anapa.
South Africa for my lucky say bibi be bomu ma ebini 7 so be bomu. But South Africans, you need to understand, you guys are terrible people. Next time you play, we will come back and pierce your heart. We are not done with you people. We will follow you, chase you around till you people lose everything. Until your senses come back home, we will chase you around till you lose everything around the world. We will let the world know you people are ungrateful people. Especially you people who believe in this xenophobia nonsense in South Africa. You people who believe that you can chase other people out. We don't have a problem with you telling people who don't have legitimate documentations to leave your country peacefully. Everywhere they do it. Every country, you have the right to tell illegal immigrants to peacefully leave. There are rules, regulations that you have to abide by as a nation to get rid of your illegal immigrants in your country. It happens everywhere in the world. But for you to go out and attack other people, you are mad to do that. You are not humans, because there are South Africans around the world, everywhere. And because the world is intelligent, because the world does not think like idiots like you people, the world is basically protecting some of your colleagues, your brothers and sisters who are living on people's land, legitimately and illegitimately. So you people, we are not done with you. We are going to let the world know that you should be isolated. Especially you, the idiots who are behind this nonsense. And I know your president is part of this nonsense. The government is part of it. They are behind these criminals and vagabonds on the streets attacking other Africans. Your president is a shameless man. A very dirty, shameless man. He has no right to even call himself a democratically elected president. He's the most shameless African I've ever come across. A very corrupt, shameless, vindictive liar pretending to be a president. You people have lost your senses, and the world will come after you, and you people will struggle. You will scream for the help of Africans. You will shit and eat. You will. Your children and your mothers will pee on you people for putting this curse on them. The day will come that you people will scream, but the world will not hear. You South Africans are a disgrace to Mandela. You are a disgrace to the African continent. You are a disgrace to yourselves. You should be ashamed. Men taking off their clothes, walking around like bitch-ass niggas, hunting other men. Terrible, dirty people. And I feel bad for Nelson Mandela wherever he is. I feel bad for Mandela because this wasn't the Africa that he basically went to prison for. This wasn't the South Africa he anticipated. This is not the South Africa he went through hell for. This is a South Africa filled with shitty individuals with shitty brains. The cack in your head is eating you people up. We will come back to your matter. Every single day we will pierce your heart. All right, thank you very much. Andra, at the end of the year, it's exactly 5:46 in Ghana, no, 9:46 in Ghana. If you don't know me, my name is Kevin Ekobedu Taylor. I'm a Ghanaian and American. I speak on Ghana politics because I want Ghana to do better. If you feel comfortable to speak on American politics, you can do that. It's your own choice. Ghana Airways, your number one choice to West Africa. So today, we are back again to discuss Ghana. TV is on. It's beyond my control. If TV is off, then it's beyond my control. But what I'm seeing here on my system, TV is supposed to be on. So if TV is not on, it's beyond my control. I can't do anything about it. My team said I should read. Mr. S, my team is telling me to read something for South Africans to know, and it's their own constitution. We are doing this because we want the world to know that South Africans, some of them are very foolish. This is what my production team are telling me to read, so South Africans know that they are fooling. Now, this is it. Section 12(1) of the Constitution states, this is the South African Constitution. TV is off, I don't know. What does it say? The South African Constitution. It says, and I quote, "Everyone has the right to freedom and security of the person, which includes the right, A, not to be deprived of freedom arbitrarily or without just cause. B, not to be detained without trial. C, to be free from all forms of violence from either public or private sources. D, not to be tortured in any way. And E, not to be treated or punished in a cruel, inhumane, or degrading way." End of quote. This is the South African Constitution, what it says about freedom and security of a person living in South Africa. All right, so we get a signal that TV is off. I don't know what's going on, but if you have YouTube, Facebook, or whatever, you can watch the show from there. Into TV no emba. That's what my technicians are telling me. Say TV no emba. So untumi hwe with TV so a obetumi ahwe wo Facebook, YouTube, any other platforms should all. This is the South African Constitution. Section 12(1) of the Constitution states, and listen, "Everyone has the right to freedom and security of the person, which includes the right, A, not to be deprived of freedom arbitrarily or without just cause. B, not to be detained without trial. C, to be free from all forms of violence from either public or private sources. D, not to be tortured in any way. And E, not to be treated or punished in a cruel, inhumane, or degrading way." So clearly, you see what the South Africans are doing is clearly against their own foolish constitution. It's against their constitution. As far as somebody is living on your land, it does not make that person an animal. If you have cause to believe that the person is an illegal immigrant, that is why South Africans have the police. You have the immigration police. That is why you should allow the police to apply the law, not you, the citizenry. For you to go out there chasing people, beating people, killing people, you are acting like animals. Your constitution states it clearly. So it should tell you people that you people, some of you are not okay. You are mentally not straight. And I'm doing this because we all saw the reception you got at the World Cup. People despise the South African team. People just hate them because of the things you do back home. Now, let's come back to Ghana. (9:50 p.m. Ghana time. Uja kwa. Where there be a story no. World Cup on your boy we pay beba. Your boy we beba. Yenjai. Hey, World Cup in tea. Oh. Okay, so my team, they are telling me TV is going to be on in any minute. TV is going to be on in any minute. Give it about 5 minutes. TV is going to be on. Technicians are working on it. They're telling me in the next few minutes, TV will be on. It's more YouTube, so I'm TV, no. TV is going to be on in any minutes. They have assured me, and I know these my technicians are very, very good. Inti, more TV number no. Give yourselves 2 minutes. Inti, answer na TV number no. Yeah, may have 5 minutes. Team, can I have 5 minutes? So that I can officially start the show. I'm asking my team. So I'm going to 5 minutes. What I will do is I will wait. Set a TV for now. TV number. TV will come on. Then we can all start the show together. And then when you say we started the show a bit late because of the World Cup. By team, send me more 5 minutes. So I'm waiting for the next 5 minutes. The next 5 exactly 10 p.m. officially. Okay, exactly 10 p.m. Almost exactly 10 p.m. Exactly 10 p.m. The show can officially start. So I should keep you people alive. It is South Africa for us. Some yeah, cano. Yeah, trying TV for no. Yeah, trying TV for no. Yeah, be show the sa pile gua. Be brave. Abba peso. Aye. Yeah, yonko baby ao. Yeah, juma ni ni baby ako. Aye, ye ni baby a hanete. Aye, okay. Yes, yes. So we are waiting. Exactly 10 p.m. TV should be back. Sana a year. My technical team catch them. So they say I should hold on. I should just have a conversation with you guys. Nami Musa girls and the boys was what to saying. Now you see what Kapromuhun is saying. How do you guys see it? I just want to read some few comments. How do you guys see the World Cup? First game, Yamashi. How do you see the US, Canada, Mexico World Cup? No, game I'm sharing the day. To be fair with you, no, I think say South Africa for Jimmy Kakrat, almost Jimmy, but team no bad. Those at home are foolish, but the team itself, they did well. To be very fair, time ago, you know, I'm to sustain team, no, but I think they lack discipline. And South Africans are not known to be playing this kind of rough soccer. I've known them to at least play very fluid soccer without throwing tackles. But sometimes the opponent you meet can force you to play like a madman. Into what I saw, say, South Africa for no, and I think it was out of indiscipline. I also think, say, the Mexicans had a plan. You know, it's always about possessive football. Hold the ball, run with it. South Africans get frustrated and they start to kick. And you cannot blame them because these Mexicans, you know how they play. So when Mexicans bobo America, any Mexicans bobo no, you cannot underestimate them. They can really run and they like to possess. It is only a bobo na say unisa akomano to play with them. What you end up doing is you end up just taking or picking some unnecessary cards and fouls, and I think that is what frustrated the South African side. But all in all, no, the South Africans were very good. They were not that bad. I feel say let's be honest when it comes to the field, the game itself, the way they were able to hold the Mexicans. The only thing I think the South Africans lacked was the third part of the pitch, whereby they could be precise in what they wanted to do. They could not really make a decision at the last part of the pitch, which is the attacking part. They were always not too confident to take the game to the Mexicans. And I believe that the Mexicans basically held them on the sides. So what the Mexicans did was that, okay, the South Africans might be strong in the middle, so just hold them on the side and at a point break in. And that is what they did. It was a very decent tactical plan which worked for them. But all in all, no, a team that was playing a home team first World Cup game. The same thing happened to them, I think, South Africa when they played Mexico. You know, the Mexicans played all the game, but the South Africans scored. That's normally what happened. I think playing in Mexico, it's a big stadium, man. Don't joke around. And the Mexicans, they love soccer more than you Ghanaians. Don't underestimate Mexicans. They love soccer. They cherish soccer. That is what they live on. So don't understand their support. Their support is massive. They chant throughout the game. I remember when I went to watch Flamengo in Brazil at Maracana, and that is the first time I saw people who are committed to supporting a club. You know, supporting a club. It's not like we went to stadium to do this. No, they went there to make sure their team won, and that is how Mexicans support. That is how they rally behind their team. So you are against the whole nation. You are playing in a very hostile environment whereby every single cheer or scream is going, especially scream is going out, it's coming after you. So I believe that the South Africans, if they compose themselves well, in their next game, they should be able to pull a point or win. This is soccer. Let's put our feelings against them, some of them being foolish. But what I saw from their team is a very solid team. There are a few things. The first goal that came, I think was just basically a mistake. It happens in soccer all the time. Soccer will be a mistake, will be shit. But I think these are professional players who are supposed to know what to do in such situations. 3 players coming after you, you still play to the player. And normally, keepers, you should know your defense, who is very good at the foot, who is very good, who is very skillful, who isn't. So those are the things. It's like Manchester. Your keepers, they should have known from the beginning, say, Maguire wasn't good when it comes to skill, holding the ball, turning and passing. And every day they were passing the ball to him. But when your coach or your good Obekacha keeper said, do not pick on Maguire when there are players on him. Just get out somebody else to put the ball in. So, Nina a tactical play. So I believe, South Africans did very well. They didn't disappoint, embarrass themselves. I'm talking about the footballers, the soccer players, not those at home. Those at home are very foolish. I'm talking about the soccer players really did well. They didn't really disappoint as a team. When South Africa played as a team, tactical, very, very tactical. Me a coach, me share ball. The funny thing, I started my journalism as a sports journalist. You know that, yeah. And along the way, we decided to upgrade. And I'm not saying sports journalism is bad, but we decided to divert into what we are doing now. Until we know, but we say you good. Pitch and this one you good. Oba a year US omo frame Rooney. I didn't want the frame Rooney, Obia frame Rooney, because maybe I'm a bobo no omunim senior between control. So we try to see a talk and quad and number 10 is a partnership. Left and right in your age, my left in the Muago Kakra, I left in Muago Kakra, but right in there. Say a toss say the end of pat. I intimate in Mexico for a brofono, Italians will be from Rooney, Obia and Black Rooney, I Unima, I Black Rooney, BR, I start from brr. And to ba oba DMV dia baby abobo bia be bobo obia no from BR Black Rooney no e kire one twase me dem pen say I'd say a free left and right table no between reading my twan right e beto me ha say na me gito say dia say wa oni bobo bia dem ye lot ase ai wa we good bia oni bobo no enye ofunufo ya ye pass o man na me bobo ache 19 years na me 9 kan ya davi wasa inti ye say no de Rooney be good order ama brofo no pe ma asem no say the mammy good is say you take it off and say you counter attacker. Me kwa me jina na matwa be chiri cross ne ba pen magye. Say time a cross ne bra na defender ne 10. It will just me jakwa me jiko say aboso waba say na pa left no. And left ne muago by right no. Akwa me good. Ai inti KT ne me who me page down from KT abifew BR Rooney Black Rooney. Na there esaya dangerous ne say Morgan from Kanute. Morgan from Kanute. There be chiri e Ghana na se me bobo Ghana na mu ye gidigidi na cross na atoye bo say panyan. Me say neck work. Inti dey bia oba na mo bag sanda ho na me ti bom kenyan. Say nipa o kire me tompo, unim tompo. Inti me say ba me pembo a untimi som dabi. Inti dey on say ye twa ball ba ene bi na Cristiano Ronaldo ayi osua no. O na right we din ka di si wo no where den we da spring ho abechire. No ma we mu ayedin. To when we are there, panyan. What I say, panyan. Into bueno, I had a power in free. We come home. Witty. Famomo. Ready, me come home. Witty. No. Twin. Hey. Cha. Twin. Hey. Mama. Hey. Yata. Be loco. Yata.
Mokoto pour manger Comanche for that matter. It will go on paper. She will go on the ground. No fun about it. Look at you about the implementation. There are two things: implementation and what do we call it? I will not go back on the ground. So they get me and if you're short cutting, ground breaking. So what is the difference between ground breaking and short cutting? You want me and get block after and get knife cutting instead of short cutting. We're going to what we call it blade cutting. You have a launching. From launching there, we go to what commissioning. From commissioning, we go to a scissor cutting. We have a short cutting or ground breaking or knife cutting or blade cutting. You want to get you now. You have a short cutting. You have a knife cutting or blade cutting. You have a self-said again. One another. Mogoton Comanche for that matter. It will go on paper. She will go on the ground. No fun about it. Look at you about the implementation. There are two things: implementation and what do we call it? I will not go back on the ground. So they get me and if you're short cutting, ground breaking. So what is the difference between ground breaking and short cutting? The difference between ground breaking. So what is the difference between ground breaking and short cutting? You want me and get block after and get knife cutting instead of short cutting. We're going to what we call it blade cutting. So what is the difference between ground breaking and short cutting? You want me and get block after and get knife cutting instead of short cutting. We're going to what we call it blade cutting. You have a launching. From launching there, we go to what commissioning. From commissioning, we go to a scissor cutting. We have a short cutting or ground breaking or knife cutting or blade cutting. You want to get you now. You have a short cutting. You have a knife cutting or blade cutting.
All right, so team, let's move on. I think TV will be up in a minute. Now, first story on the bill. Enra Asama Esi Ewo Kumasi. You see a year NPP4 Health Committee more Parliament omoko a year Afari a year hospital no and omoko yenyo bebre ho. And you know the honest truth is a free year a year Nana Ayu a free year on the lady park no to go to Kumasi to go and misbehave. We couldn't complete Afari Military Hospital due to contractual dispute. Omuye bibia omukugu omuhwenima say adentina NDC MBA hospital no hospital you say Nana the Dankwa Akufo-Addo ebiewie wako commission ni din abon ho. Omuko ho no omuko hu hospital Akufo-Addo edi ni din abon ho. Listen no. Sa ankofo e call Afari Hospital Asante Memu no maka say MPP4 person mu jimi a bebi omo start jimi no ya Asante Memu me kan na bi mu bu ofu. But don't wonder dem hu o TV so no any dem hu o social media no it should tell you hospital no mko ye no mka say hospital na de na enye adwuma hospital no enye adwuma nde no omko ne Akufo-Addo ni din tare ho na hospital and Akufo-Addo wako commission and ni din tare ho ade ntina wanfa na esefo ankogum na omo wie na ebuso omo say na say hospital yi mo betena so 8 years ade na mama na enye adwuma so say hospital no say ekwan ne na enye ekwan na eba ha na enye enti 1 or 2 rooms bi betuma adwuma say na be ya pressure be da comfort no che so a na nkoma ba ha. So you can see clearly. And Makacha Ghana for, I've told Ghanaians to say MPP4 omu be Jimmy Bia every time they want to fool. Time be MPP person omu Jimmy Bia omu koche chere Asante Memu. And sometimes because sometimes will be a bonnie. Oh, Kevin, I didn't know what say that be in the so steady. Oh, Jimmy, no, a honor cost start here. And at the end of the day, I say it is the responsibility of government to provide health care. Now, I will advise this government. This is your project. You started this project 20 a year 16, and I'll hand the project way over Emma MPP 98%. They came for 8 years. For Monsanka. So I'll urge the government, because of Ghana for Ebimuya Santifua, omunim the difference between NDC Papa and MPP Jiminti. They voted for you, no. I will urge the government to try and raise money and finish that hospital. Open it. This is governance. These are the same people that they be omokachre a year. Ghana for say Ashanti region a stronghold. That's fine. But if today, after 8 years, Nasa Wasako Ashanti region, the hospital is one ya anya kwan emufu. Na Muamo President Ekufuado. Na waba 2 days to swearing of John Mahama so the Diabe Bong. Then the Mwankasama Basa Hospital in Yejuma. I will urge the government. Sa akomapa asantifoni bi nim nyansa. Asantifoni bi epe empuntio. Sa nyansa omode tena se koto abama edien ema eye NDC 2024 no. I will urge the government that they should do everything possible and open the Afari Hospital, the Sewia Hospital. It should be done. These are people who are naturally stupid, MPP4, and they be almost the Asantifo di agro, omumwa Santifo, because omuju insa Santifo no, omujimia to the point say omuhu the difference between Abain Papa and Abain Fum. Enti, when I saw the video, I told my team we should not even pay attention to this, because at the end of the day, these are people, they are very shameless. For 8 years, account to me ma. Sir, are you a free away? Time otum for a 32. Ebutu from area and also say 1 city say or the bayer confonoche or a doctor. He did not pay a dime. He did not pay a dime. Sabrantiwe. When a kujina kumaska say galam say yen jain in de yen jain or china. You bear galam say na copy see unti chema unti minya kwasi ampen you saw a doctor. So the moment I saw this guy, I saw a raccoon at say a Paul Yando, any those dirty bloggers. And I'm who said there's a problem with the party. They have lost it. TV is back. You can watch TV. Thank you very much, team. I'll urge the government. There are some intelligent, honest, enyansaphobia omo asantimemu, omo srim, omo bronga hafwa, omo ba eye asantimemu ebeja yaresa. If the government has the means to make sure this hospital is operational, I will urge this NDC government to put it to use. Asantifo munimu nyansa no. Ghana for munimu nyansa omo free srim beba. Free Bunumem Baba, sa project we know. They will know the difference between NDC and MPP. They will know. And I will urge this government. If there are any means mobile to media hospital way ABA, ama Ghana for the biomia santifo munimunyansa epempuntu to abama amona. Whatever this president and this government can do, try and raise money, open the Sewia Afari. Oshe Eye Afari Hospital now is a hospital that if the government decides, say, or committed to it by the end of this year, as promised by this government, it should be operational. And I will urge this government, say they are serving the people of Ghana. They are not being selective about what and what. This is the same government that Akase Agenda 111 hospitals, to me that is it. That is governance. So I will urge this government, and I know this president is a very intelligent man. He's not a fool like those people we had before. So I'll urge this government. There's no need to be going back and forth with these people. They are very stupid. You see, so they wouldn't even do this. But you see, it is because the MPP, they see Asantifo Nkwara, Omupenifo, Sebio, Omahemfoni Bikrampo so Jimmy. That is why they do what they did. Or they are doing what they are doing. And see, nobody should be mad. Nobody should even go back and respond and say, I don't know, NDP, I don't say MPP Anya Faria. I don't care. What I want happen, I want to see is the NDC government Asantifo Munimunyansa, Epempuntio, Epe Apomudin, Maya Somo Yaria Nyomombano. the government should try and make sure these hospitals are operational. That is the bottom line. So abani hospitals ni we are Ghana ni onim nyansa, asantini onim nyansa, asantini odi mokodi nchine onim nyansa onyo twen no, obehu de odi praises in the bemano. That is how governance is. So these are foolish people. Let's not sit here, waste our time, and try to equalize and the NDC office, and on Castle Hospital, and on no. This project, NDC, it is your project. Complete it. Up. And I know John Mahama, I know the NDC, I know the people who are in the NDC, they are humans. They will make sure they save lives. That's the most important thing. MPP for Jimmy. Let us not be wasting our time. Let us not be wasting our time and making it look like do we have sound? Let us not be wasting our time and trying to equalize. And the NPP by and the people themselves, the MPP themselves, they know they have disappointed Asantefo. They have disappointed Asantinibia Audio Mobile Power 2020 and 2024. So we are not even supposed to be wasting so much time trying to prove NDC. NDC project way Mwama project. Mwama project. Own it. Finish it. Save lives. And that is what the NDC stands for. You save lives, you protect lives, you build nations. So I will not spend too much time on this. Time I know more power from more about 47 MPs. I know munina if you are santimemu. Or two for we and also pesika. They did not even contribute. So it shows the kind of political party omuye. It shows the kind of people they are. So I don't want Ghanaians. Besides, which one is this? You see, do you want me to use it? I don't need to. Mr. Let's not use it. Let's not use it. So, let's, as Ghanaians, say, Pempuntio Santimemu, Yanin Padodua, ye Pia Bontinekoto Abama, John Mahama, ye Gini DG, NDCD, no. Moma Yenya regimes are buying way by hospital, Ediama Santifo Munimunyansa. Let's ignore them. Let us not start this thing of equalize because naturally, them say MPP for Jimmy. This is not something that is supposed to even happen. The nanke will say, where's the hospital? Asantifo kum na NDC aba NDC to me ye NDC atu. Sana was ye. By endeno, Oma bedi power 8 years. Oma to be hospital no. NDC see hospital no. Aba be seen ne. Oma betina power 8 years. Inti everybody should keep calm. Let's not waste time on these fools. Oh, Jimmy, as a doctor, also naturally he's stupid. So please, I know this government. And this government, we are urging the government to do everything they can do to make sure, say, Afare, say we are ye Amagana for. At least, Aba, ye koto no 2024, no, ya wa santifo ni biya, sebio, omunimunyansa, omotuma NDC, omuhia abaye moa through ADA, so benya good healthcare. So please, we are urging the government to build this hospital, open it up. Ghana for santifo omunimunyansa, no, asantinibia onimunyansa, sebio, onya kwasiano, onimnipa, ojene nkwa. Nipa will be a hospital, no. So that is where I will leave this. Let's not waste time on these fools. MPP there's so much Jimmy. Or 47 MPs, so Mufra Santimemu. Now I begin to say hospital be a maya. Right now, this is what the government is doing. Government redeploy 70 excavators seized from illegal miners to support nationwide desilting exercise. Interior Minister, Muntaka and Interior Minister, and the excavators are Chairman Wuntumi mo Ediye Galamsey, Chairman Wuntumi Kate Jemfua, Kojo Ponkroma, Samia Wuku, Obitise Gabi Ochedakon, Kuku Bakumo, Ediye Galamsey, Yenina Behu report him say, Omunana Omulidi Galamsey Park, Charles Bisu, Miriku Duka, Ewusi, Galamsey Kempingsa, na Omoya Galamsey no. Dodona aban we etimichie no 70 of the excavators and the aban no release egu system ni say yemfa tititi gatem na yemfa encreate access de emma insuo entumi fem na yemfa ntumi make sure say ye de aboa amagana sebio flat any the ekoso no abafom. You can see clearly say this is a government that is basically doing what the people want. There to Kromha and MPP4 H excavators over 2,500 excavators. Excavators ne yira te se banche. Yetena Kromha and the Kufuado Bawumia Charles Bisu. Ye Kojo Pon Kroma Samia Wuku Kate Jemfua Chema Untumi Kwewusi ye omunyina ye excavators almost 2,005 excavators in ya 2 yira. But aban biaba aban ba no wache excavators we yimu 70 say yemfa M1 yemfa nko edien eye insuyiri a abagana. This is what you voted for. Aban papa nie aban a enyansafo di enim nie aban a ekire say enim nyansa at a point MPP4 omu excavators no mu shibi ubi somo oh ye be no it does not work like that. This is the only way. So be the bonia ubetumi convert bone no to at the end ebedane papa na abeboa mine. It is 70 excavators have been sent around the nation, and the job it's doing in the say etigatem because in so a year MPP4 ya ne baye obobesi si dying be wie sika because they wanted to wash their money. Estate krampo anipa ntrim na omusi si dying by heart, and then enye enonkwa bad planning and also trash swallowing Ghana. So these are things so abani BBC, let's all support it and understand. Say at least abani wo opepa abani ni mnyansa. The interior minister has shown say he knows his job and he's basically helping communities. 70 excavators are almost easy from illegal mining, no. And the bohu Ghana for they use the excavators no use UC boa Ghana mine, and this is what we have been talking about. This is basic governance. You don't have to think too much. You don't have to speak too much grammar. You don't have to force. You just have to be rational. You just have to be what? You just have to be rational. You are not supposed to be doing too much. You just have to be rational. Think. Let the people know. In so yira efa obusuafo nyoma nkoya e affecto. So then you think like the people. Inti nipa bebre no mo pese aban no etumi bibi. Now excavators e dey illegal mining, MPP4 dey illegal mining na ye chie no. 70 of them under a year the leadership of John Mahama through the Ministry of the Interior Muntaka no omo release excavators we nyina our system nim ebedi djuma aboa Ghana sa eye flat bebrebe no akofom kakra. What else do you want? E dey biem na yenka Bawumia onhu nyansa we da. Oba be jona onhu nyansa we nye. Chema wuntumi sika Bawumia de campaign chema wuntumi or perchance asaba Ghana asaba ye galamsey. That is all. Omo tentam sika ma Bawumia campaign. They not MPP omo ya. Ba meka be nche. There's a reason why sometimes nansey no utumi hu eye nipa bi na omo ebu ofu recently. Mete se eye NDC phobi na land minister eko ekrubiso ako commission BB a project responsible mining, and there was some gentleman being in Kofubia no Hydro, and I've heard the regional minister is behind that gentleman, and the party chairman also. I'm talking about that region, maybe a land minister koeno. But you see, nanse utimi hu bibi ni SO NDC phobi ako baby. Omu demand say or say has no your party ni with NHI office omu closing it down. Ultimately say NDC phobia ko baby. And sometimes you can't blame them. Sometimes you can't blame the grassroots of the NDC. Because you see, for 8 years, all that they saw was that people who didn't deserve to even occupy offices were given offices to occupy. People who did not have the qualification to even become CEOs, qualifications to become directors, qualification to work in regional office, district office, any other places, in their locality, they saw people who did not deserve, or people who basically abused the little office they gave them. Inti ama NDC for the big grassroots we believe say, oh, me cry bia sa position we mindru sa point to take this position, but because of what they saw for the past 8 years, so some of them feel say adentina sa Jimmy we kurampo no NPP ba power no ye no de penyini we ye no sa penyini we nti some people in the NDC feel say Kwasi Ampeyi we are not on deserve so obey the head of this agency, the head of this organization. Now say NPP abreno ye man to me man odidi nkwasi asema. Then I also feel say some moment to me now me to me, and anything you see those kind of pockets small misunderstanding, it is not their fault, because for 8 years We saw how people who never deserved to even be called civil servants, given positions, sensitive positions, to mess up, to abuse officers. And you see, the people who are doing these things under NDC, it is not. I don't blame them entirely, because you see, the way Ekufuado Bawumia were not intelligent to understand, say, I'll say be in order. We need to get qualified people to fill some positions, to make creative opportunity for those down there. No, they basically took any animal and put at any place. So people thought to say anybody can just occupy any position, and with all due respect, say you never to occupy position, and then there will be nobody sitting back for opportunity to be created for them. And sometimes, I am a fruit soldiers the way and manner they get angry because we feel say my constituency here. May this certification, but on a normal day, ABS certification, it cannot put you in this office. It can rather put you in a different office that is maybe lower than what you are anticipating. But because of the Ehunu for the past 8 years, people getting positions without any qualification, people getting positions and abusing that position, people basically stealing in front of these people. In terms of some of the young people in the NDC, and I say, Omo a year constituency, I na Omo say, okay, yeti constituency A, and I say NHI office na waha. Ebia I say health insurance office na waha, and a Ghana card office na waha. We are expecting say, asimesi ebia oko pole okuta HND no, on the also the director. But on a normal day, ABSR office, we need somebody who has more experience. Sebio, nipa na constituency wana, sebio no so experience and as or work qualification only. You see, in Tebia Yakofa Obie free Nkranaba, and Yakofa Obie free Kumasi, and Tamalia, sebio or experience and not just qualification. So Wakosku and our couple. In Tebia Kofa Sani Pani free Abia wa. Near the Naba say, go to Ashanti region, and I go to Bono, and I go to Eastern region. This community and our constituency, you go and head the NHIA office. He's coming with a qualification and also experience. Now, Omo Mubosa constituency will start to revolting. Now, if you almost someone say, oh, yende tiha, and yakofa obiefria bontiniaba. With all due respect, obia respected muamotiwono, obia respectable qualification, but maybe that particular office, it needs somebody who has some kind of experience in the qualification. Bia, you wouldn't pan out constituency onibi. That is why sometimes umusa amanphobia agitate obubofu adentina and this ba power yenya position. That is why you see these things. It is because of the way and manner Ekufuado ne Bawumia essay our governance structure. So you see, so it is the way for 8 years, MP before bad power. Say the structure, governance structure. We did not have any format. Any fool was given a position. Any idiot was given, say, a cotton Paul Adamotre. A very stupid fool who has no idea about aviation. And you're in the board chair of Ghana Airport Company. You see, so Obi wa NDC na power esesa na or a little bit of idea of aviation. Na be the qualification and the knowledge in this level na be to me the board board chair of Ghana Airport that person will start getting angry because why? Oh, we say the Jimmy only qualification on to me pass a mere law exams and go for pass easily that person will start getting angry, and that is what is causing these small things. Because Ekufuado omo dani bibia sinitiso. They were not intelligent. They were not rational. They were just stupid businessmen. And that is what happened. This pocket of anger, I understand them. And I believe as time goes on, they will come and understand why John Mahama has a reset, because we need to get everything right. We need to make sure you have the right people to fill the right positions so that they can think and create opportunities for people who are beneath them to also come up at their level. Because office at and you know the better a brim, coordinators, and you know better a brim, ministers. No, but some people will need to come in with that experience. Into a good say governance structure. And it's taking us some time to recalibrate it. to put it back on track for people to now say, okay, this person deserves this position. This person, so free a chroma and kofan baby didn't buy. Yeah, we understand because it is his expertise, it is what he knows. Ebia will be all man ha or also want the qualification abi. By ebia the experience and nipane de bano ebia enunti ya na. So it is because it didn't used to be like that. Before Ekufuado Bawumia power, no, it wasn't like that. People were seen as people who qualified to be in positions. But you see, right now, no, without due respect, no, anybody wants to have a position because Ekufuado governance, Bawumia governance, send a Jimmy Fobinya position, send a Kwasia Fobikra in your position, and that is what is happening now. But I'm happy. Gradually, no, I can see, say, people or the NDC grassroots, they are beginning to understand. And you, the leadership of the NDC, you know, samoko outside na money grassroots ne kasa. Mamunya mo to say more capacity sempa, but indirectly, no, more show more before that thing should stop. And there are some of you in the party who are doing that all because you want to save your face. That thing needs to stop. When you go there to speak to the party grassroots, be genuine about it, be honest about it. Men to tuako enko say abua beni no. Because ye yide nim kasa ebi mo ha kasa na omo kana kasa obodi hye nipa bi ebufuo aban we ba power 1 year 7 months in ekomi. This government is doing its best. And if you think say aban we entumi enhwe obia, it is your view because aban we without due respect cannot give every grassroots job. And if we are paying na okọ grassroots enim and this if we enim to speaker, don't make it look like say why you decide say kasa but say party no for people to think say now you so that thing should stop and goes out to all of you from the executive to the last minister. That thing should stop. We have all done communication. We have all been here. We know how these things work. There's a reason why our platform we have moved away from some conversations because we see it say it is not time. When it is time to discuss party issues, we will discuss it and we will decide who leads the party. It's a fact. Enti yesramo momo obia embu no ho okasam sebio enya aboa ne kwase anko na ya tenie ena sebio enya se woku captain ena chese obese ship ne sink. But you can do so many things to sink a ship, and that is what we need to know. We need to respect, we need to be smart in our language because so what say ship na ship ne sink ya the same ship na team. Remember, when a ship sinks, you sink with the ship. And if you think you can create a division in the ship, we might end up blowing up the ship for everybody to sink. Inti, mama ye very smart. Ye nyina ye party ni ye. Ye nyina pese John Mahama aban ge di ye. Ye pese aban ne sa toa so. Inti, mama ye njai sa akasa na ye say ye tutu anoma ho ade kire nipa na ye de eyaw ehye nipa bitrim, ehye nipa bi akomam in the name say oh, ye na sebio ye di party we should be very 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 careful. Very 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 careful because onim kasa nchen ye. So ni ma yampia to a wuni ma yampia to enchen ye. Se wujin se wadwene so a wadwene enso nchen ye. Until let us all respect the party, let us respect the grassroots, let us speak in a language that is clear. Let us not be sarcastic, indirectly trying to incite the base with our language, portraying that we are trying to put the party together. That is not right. Okay. Now, this is another story. It's exactly 10:30 in Ghana. Mr. P, let's keep going. Everybody knows the show started late. We'll be fine. Now, NIMOS. What we have seen right now is NIMOS. Yeah, thank you very much, boss. It's working. NIMOS, Colonel K.S. Appiah takes over as Director of Operations for NIMOS as part of routine strategic rotations to enhance operational efficiency. NIMOS a tactical routine reshuffling or technical routine rotation. Sebio time a president share Ghana for boss say we all, including his government, we are going to fight illegal mining, no? Or the BBI friend NIMOS by say embeko galamsey. And ejuma NIMOS when you go around the nation, NIMOS ejuma but at least we are seeing a government through NIMOS that is putting fear in people going out all to do illegal mining. A few years ago, about 8 years ago, and the Kufuor and Bawumia, we saw how people openly enjoyed mining illegally and destroying water bodies. But right now, illegal mining, and I'm saying, there are people who are still involved in illegal mining, and we all know. But the question here is, sir, time na amount for so much confidence to go out there. Excavators na me kwanse gri koba anaju ewia ya pack excavators a good low bed. So right now you don't see such things. It shows to say NIMOS is working effectively. People are beginning to fear investing in illegal mining. And that is one thing that John Mahama wanted to do. The first thing was that you are supposed to let the people know that the action now taken illegal and that there should be some fear back in it. Sabio and the Ghana, smoking cigarette is illegal. Ultimately, a cigarette. But you see, there a man the baby straw say omobenum cigarette to a nipem abra omujin some hard obiantu say they will see say a man for will basically start walking away from you. People will start insulting you. People will start shaming you. Now one guy some people feel odd. Obeka say I don't know inti among so many people don't even want to try and smoke in public. And that is what this government has done when it comes to the fight against corruption. They have been able to put fear in those who were doing illegal mining out of fun and felt to say they were over everybody and they were not accountable to the law. NIMOS, when they were introduced, you can see say chamfine for small galamseyers first and Baumia and the Kufuado. People were doing galamsey openly, doing videos and laughing about it every single day, launching the excavators in forest. But today we can see, say, there's fear. And when you're able to instill fear, that is when you get results. And not in terms of maybe governing, in terms of fighting crime. The first means of fighting crime is to let the offender, understand that you, the person fighting the crime, you have to be feared. And that is what John Mahama did by introducing NIMOS. And NIMOS, from the beginning, the man who led them, has shown, say, they can work without any fear. And right now, a lot of these illegal miners, and that is what we wanted. Now, this honorable man has also taken over. And the reason why they are doing this rotation or reshuffling the leadership, they want it to be as transparent and efficient as it is. At the Oko Airport, the so-called TSA, American friend TSA, Ghana, your friend immigration officers. The reason why TSA, I think in less than an hour or whatever, Biano, the changes, searching say they don't want people to understand or be able to analyze the sequence of their work, how they work. Line A, so I checking the power for 10 hours. When you do that consistently, that if somebody wants to travel or connive with a TSA officer who allow himself to be lured into anything, they will be able to do what? Pass through TSA with a contraband or whatever they want to do. Anything about TSA and American airport, more TSA, you change a few minutes, a few hours, I don't know. But they don't stay at one place for long because Abia now no Biashon, Udikokeni Babicum, over Banam or Abia a year checkpoint 3. Say, Omani Planet now permanently, say, or checkpoint 3, he might develop that habit of negotiating with other people, say, or share screens or but if the person does not know in the next minute, the next hour, who is going to be at checkpoint 3, then they are very worried because then onim the ogago piano onim the okobon search onim the obemu se or the bibi chem. We need to also adapt this strategy. And inti say NIMOS this changes I believe that I support it very well. And I think Sadewe na Abuama NIMOS are very consistent and also respected. In the fight against illegal mining, we are all supposed to help the government. We are supposed to help NIMOS. So far, I will not say John Mahama introducing NIMOS, galamse ni Ghana, mekasa na mabodam. But I want you to understand, say, at least now, Ghana for mu ya galamse no, ebisro, dodono esro, and that is the first stage. Now you now then gradually we start to teach into legal mining, how to mine legally, and then start to protect our river bodies. That's how it works. Over America, any European countries are mining. There was galamsey there, but along the way they got to know say so man for fear na nhye nipa mu am for fear na anhye citizens na omo ye mining ni mu a san kofo do be say omo nsuo ni omo forest. So what they did was from the beginning of mining in Europe and in America, they saw say na nsuo no sibia no mo ye no mo nye ni ye. So at a point omo de mra bae omo enforce mra no and nipa be gitu say okay to say a bit my mining, but we need to do it responsibly. And it's over Europe, America, and other places, South America, North America, to mining without destroying water bodies. And that is what we need to do. We need to first instill the discipline and the fear in the system. No illegal miner should be confident enough to sit on TV and take gold out and say, share gold. At a point, illegal mining became so profitable. It became so accepted under MPP say chairman want to me koye galamsey no abegina TV so say otumfo go the daddy kom no ente say ono chairman want to me de na oyigu TV so asantememu. That is the lowest point Ghana yekoye, a whole party chairman in the same region telling us to say oh go the chair or take so it's the lowest former a part way the today nobody can just come and sit on TV and say gold in here so you're mining and let us see it. So you see people are now very careful, and this is what I've been talking about. John Mahama and NDC4, they are building this nation. They are not getting everything right, but when you compare this kind of governance to the Nkwasiafo in Chabuebe, then this is a God-sent government. Yes, because at least we are seeing excavators Ghana. We are seeing NIMO that is making impact. Today, even though Galamsey is ongoing, people are scared to involve too much. Our water bodies are responding a little bit. And that is all that we wanted. We wanted a rational government. Government, now, let's move forward. Yeah, TV is back. Thank you very much, sir. Now, this is another story, a very important, and it's about a year. Asenso Boakye eya Asantini a oye MP ewa Asante Bantama eye Asantini ba a onyina wa Asante Memu a osi oko school or joining MPP. Asenso Boakye NPP ba power and Ekufuado na oye dwuma Jubilee House oni nemu an obeye minister. Asenso Boakye for 8 years, Ekufuado tina power na our parliament. Eya Asante for Bantama for ne to Abamano for 8 years. Say on tina parliament. The ebeko so parliament biya on jene ho ansa na watu aba. Asenso Boakye no ye cabinet minister. Inti nkomo bi Ekufuado edi ni kukuom. Nkomo bia Ekufuado ene edien. Ekufuado edi ni kukuom a on the cabinet edi aba omiato ministers na Asenso Boakye team. Even before he became a minister, Asenso Boakye was always at cabinet meeting. So from day one Ekufuado and MPP ba power no na Asenso Boakye a cabinet member because he was a special aide to the president. So Asenso Boakye is not new to NPP government. Now, and they sorry Asenso Boakye say, remember Osaya Santini, I've never seen any serious country where they don't toll their roads. Roads minister, Francis Asenso Boakye. And you see, he used to be the roads minister. And Okansa same way, and same way Okan 2024. And the reason why I make sure I was same way is because I want you to understand the way NPP they think. NPP and a cock tenase and omka say road tolls a Ghana nyina omububu no na eye amwakwata ebubu ni nyina na Asenso Boakye wo parliament Asenso Boakye ye minister amwakwata in colleague wo covered 2024 omububu tolls a Ghana nyina. But later they came back to tell us say Asenso Boakye be ka kire say onima de krontia onti bi kura da onti ho abakwasem da say ekuro bi betena wiase a road yento road. But remember Asenso Boakye we are MPP4 and sorry anopa say roads are yetolia ye gigigi into a to kakra kakra so de Ghana na yengu no. The reason why me kire we ne say when we say ye kwan wo Ghana, put this on record. A day will come Sa Kumasi Accra Express Road na ye yako sirimuno. These same people will come and tell you, say, a MPP and a yes akwano. A day will come. All the big push projects. Kwan wa Ghana he nyina. Ye nyina enitua NDC John Mahama's administration etumi raise sika internally to build these roads no. Sa nkwasiafo we will come back and tell you say omo no mo ye kwan no. I'm saying this because you see these same people enra. Omo ko jina Afari. Their argument got to a point whereby they said omo no mo si Afari hospital no. I want you to know something about the MPP. Mumudu duana mo Ghana no because MPP for nante to say the nante. Sibi omu didi to say ni didi. Sibi omu dware to say ni dware no. Mumu bebrejun say MPP for ye nipa. Omu nye nipa. Emu dodo ne ye moa. And the fact ni nyina say they don't respect mo Ghana for. Asem way me kan be si eye Afari asema me kan no so. And these are the people amoni omoba betina for a long time. O nkwasi ade omko na Afari enra. Na obi atwese kan na odo na ebi ma mu se kokuo obi se ohu wowo. That is them. Sa na omotie. And I'm putting this on record. In the next 12, 14, 16, 18, in the next 42 years, their campaign message will be say big push projects na ye no Ghana ha nyina under NDC no. They will tell you, say, a yomu ne ye. And you see one thing about MPP, any teacher who has and for MPP mu, omo very adie. Adie bakwa, you need to learn about MPP for Sebio Asantifono Muwomuno. They are not shy of anything. Adie awo bedrin say omo beye afere no omo nyem very. They were born like that. You people should brace yourself for actions like these. The NPP, they are going to set out these people. Right now, they don't have any job to do. They are going to go on a spree, lying spree. They are going to get some little girls and boys. They can't even read and write and express themselves well. That is what they are going to do. They are going to try and distract the government. They are going to try and do everything possible for you to think, say, you see, there's something with the NPP. Because they don't appreciate anything. Because omunim ferie. The NPP ni NDC no and sunsuye dem no and say MDC for omo ferie. When they do something, they admit to say omaye bibia enye. Omo ferie omo adi omo hu. Omo kasa, they are always looking behind them. They are always checking what people will say, their conduct, the way they do things. The distinction between MPP and NDC is the NDC are humans. If they do sometime, and I Ghana for say, Nana John Mahama ti say, I don't know NDC for the munya to me and no more say no. I don't know munya to me or to me and you maybe say, share there, but once I go for the list to be about the number of people are NPP for Jelly or more, and I understand it is real, it is true. The NDC needs to change a little bit because the NDC needs to understand they are not dealing with rational people. MPP for ye nipebia omu muadie omu feriadie ena sebio omu yadia omu nyobi omu ye ferie wo mu. No. MPP ni so we Jimmy pa. Obechen so we Jimmy pa. MPP ni di bini. Obeka so we bini na wudi ba obedi. You know why? He is doing it to hurt you because even though himself with Jimmy Odi Binina or Tunufono, Obedi Binini because in her head and not in his head, you know, oh, this are Binini Manaya we are. That is why you see them go to Afari. You see them do some things. Sometimes you ask yourself, say, I had Dana a few years ago. I did no more opportunity to do to prove to Ghana for say Muni Munyansano. Why are you suddenly here today pretending say? For the past 8 years, no, we didn't see all these things. That is the difference between NDC and MPP. I want Ghana for to understand say, Sauni obi ya dear na sani pano onima dear friend feria. Sani pano onima dear friend feria. You have to be very tactical. You have to always be on alert because MPP akwarao penyinio They don't know something called Yaya Adem Yenimegu Ya Ferry, Ya Nene Yaho, Amam Fosreye, where de na Jimmy. They don't know, they don't understand those things. And the same when the bodamni argument. And the same when obi asebi we Jimmy chidare. You will not win because the fact is they say ono we Jimmy and nitrimuno. You need to understand the same with Jimmy to obey a Jimmy for ye to hurt you. And so ultimately say idea make case out here. That is the typical MPP. It is psychologically money MPP for a dealer. If you're a Ghanaian as a MPP near, remember these are people say why you bonny the oye nye partner good in penny as say Ghana. They are never going to admit omun kwarao, omun pennyful, omun imbrewa in kokro. That is how they are. Because me a very sure pass say sa aferi asemu yom ko ene wono sanke NDC fo a enanka aban sisan say after 8 years anka they will never walk there and say ya party for uhu sana chema untumi ba asisi wa ya brande ya kofa me hu bon die fo agum ena omo nufu tatara omo sere ho na omo you can see omo feri ade that is them. Ghana folks should be very worried or very careful about this group of people. From Endeko, they are seeing that coming to power again is going to take long. I'm telling you, they are beginning to realize it. Leadership, enim. Baomiana nkasa nim so to me we need power BM. The party core, the base, they know. But you see, they have this agenda now. We are going to make sure we distract the government to the point to say, "On to me nyedi obeyama Ghana for." Ye pese Ghana for dwen say NDC force we Jimmy to say any. That is what they want to do. And from now, you see them do these things. A typical example is this LGBTQ matter. You had the opportunity to pass it with majority in parliament. All of us Ghanaians said we wanted this thing passed. And I say all of us Ghanaians because every single member of parliament represented a Ghanaian from every constituency in Ghana, except the people in the Volta region. Now, every single person was represented in parliament. This same MPP for passed the bill, no. The only thing they were supposed to do was to take to their president and say sign. The same MPP for leadership, law firm, at the bill no court. See you. And now, catch president and say, leader now after no, the small boy are gay at the case in the court. Into member president and sign. And a president did attempt say, and ya be signing. Case in the court no. Ma me na otesuna friend toko no na otafre afenyomakin tafre ne kotono. Or my case need that for 10 months. One fan in Sanka. Supreme Court, I don't think said they work every day like Makola women. Ana KJTia women. And the past 6 no makotena office no mapo number 7. Supreme Court does not work daily. But that case sat at the Supreme Court and the Kufuado Tokonu any afenyomakin for 10 months. A car bear 1 month I got twaba and I took on this pass it. Now these same people today are all over the place telling us say, so new bill now yes I call parliament. You reintroduce here they supported the reintroduction of the bill in parliament. The reintroduction of the bill wasn't supported by one side of the house. It was supported by both sides of the house. They never complained about anything. They agreed that this bill should go to the committee for it to go through the process. Nobody fought. The sponsors of the bill are MPP for count did not raise any issue in the public space, even in parliament. They sat through the committee hearings. They sat through the amendments of that particular bill. They never said anything about Edeng. They never raised an objection to any of the things that happened. The bill enters parliament. They wear their suits and they come to parliament. Afenyomakin sits. His deputy sits. NPP members sit. In fact, the sponsors of the NPP who sponsored the bill were also seated right behind Afenyomakin. They sat through parliamentary proceedings. They nodded to every changes that was made at the committee level, they agreed and confirmed. They never stopped it. In fact, they sat through the passing of the bill. Every single member of the NPP, in fact, those who were present, they did not walk out of the room halfway when the amendments were being accepted by Parliament. They sat through it. They engaged. They argued. And there was no point where Afenyo Markin and his group of piglets left the premises to say they didn't want to be part of the passing of the bill. No. So the speaker basically understood the rule, understood the proceedings, posed a question. The NPP minority and their members with their sponsor were all in the room when the question was thrown, which the speaker, I herefore, followed every single rule. The bill was passed. The bill is now being forwarded to the president for him to assent. The president, when it gets to him, he needs to also go through the right process and channels to give the green light. Now, the NPP, mature NPP, they are all over the place saying that they don't want the bill, the president to put his signature under the bill for it to become law. You cannot reason with such animals. You can never sit and say, let us build this nation with such animals. Anytime I catch a band, we say, I'm urging this government to make sure the facilities are Ghana for nya reshimu omumu a omutumdi see from a time omu si afari any Sewia hospital no sa reshimu na Ghana for any asante for omunimu nyansa e share NDC mu no, they should basically make sure they put the Afari hospital to use. It is very important because we are not building with rational people. We are not thinking with rational people. We are not going to get anywhere with people who are irrational. So we as a people from today, let us be very tactical and careful the kind of news we consume, because the NPP, the strategy from now, because they know for a fact they can never win power. They know they have a weak candidate. They have a corrupt candidate. They have a candidate who is not coherent. They have a candidate who is a liar. A candidate who always hides behind people to throw jabs, which he knows he cannot take back. They know they have a party that is so corrupt to the point where elections that were held were basically rigged in favor of one candidate. So they know winning power is going to be difficult. The party as it sits has no national chairman who can bring the party to a table. We have a flag bearer who has already taken sides in even the upcoming elections. That's the delegates election. This is a flag bearer who is manipulating the system. People stabbing each other. He choosing chairman. We have a flag bearer whose people every year telling people we are manipulating the delegate system so that our corrupt flag bearer can elect his executive. This is the party in. So such a party, you as a Ghanaian who wants development, there will be a distraction. They will just be coming out and always be distracting you. And you and I know, 8 years ago, the way and manner things change and nyoma and also bank. I will not sit here and say Ghana is rosary, everything is perfect. This sector, no. But at least we are seeing a government that is making the effort, a government that is basically listening to the citizenry, a government that is more transparent and honest, a president who is working hard to bring this country back to its right track. So it is not a complex thing. It is about you blacking out this distraction, these liars. The NPP, that is what they are going to do for the next 42 years. And when they sit and have meetings, and Bawumia sits through meetings, they tell Bawumia in the face. In fact, they have told Bawumia in the face he's not going to win 2028. That is why the executives the delegates they are trying to put together, he is building delegate system for 2032. That is Bawumia. That is how bad the party is. So Ghana right now, we don't have an opposition that is credible to even make any statement about our development and about governance. And every time, sometimes I get a little concerned when I see the Speaker of Parliament make some statements. Because you see, we as a people building a nation, our yes should be our yes. We have to make sure principle be okrunima yedisa principle no so. What was wrong yesterday cannot be right today. You get it? What was wrong yesterday is wrong yesterday. It should be wrong today. What was right yesterday should be right today. And that is the only way we can build this nation. Now, Speaker Bagbin, or Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, says House can trigger a motion to rescind passage and consider it again. Denies accession. Parliament has become functus officio. Now, Debia Mekache Ghana for say, Efunua ewuno yembiene ni. And my problem with Speaker of Parliament and NSA, the problem of Parliament is the Speaker of Parliament. Because when the Speaker of Parliament is straightforward, when the Speaker of Parliament applies the law the way it should be applied, when the Speaker of Parliament does not make the laws of Parliament about himself or herself, we will get a legislature that will be truthful to the people. But then when you get a Speaker of Parliament whose interest is more into what he believes in or thinks, then it makes the legislature a slave to its own laws. And that is what we are seeing in this 9th Parliament. And that is my problem with Alban Bagbin. Alban Bagbin wants the Speaker of Parliament position to be a position which basically revolves around what he knows and how he feels. But nobody is God of law, and nobody is the God of Parliament. Respectfully to Alban Bagbin, this issue of passing this bill, we all know that nobody in Ghana today can even go to the Supreme Court and challenge the process in Parliament, because we all witnessed a legitimate process that got us to where we are for this bill to be passed. But for Speaker, for his own reasons or personal reasons, trying to twist the arm of the law in Parliament for it to suit his own personal ambition or dreams, or for it to look like he basically has to make decisions for Parliament. That is where the problem is. So you see, Parliament becomes complex when people who lead Parliament decide to make things complex. The last time I checked, the Speaker of Parliament wasn't a parliamentarian. The Speaker of Parliament, the last time I checked, when Speakers of Parliament are picked to be the head speaker, they are normally not people who occupy any parliamentary seat. That is why the head speakers of Parliament are always seen as the neutral speakers when it comes to our Parliament. And the last time I checked, Speakers of Parliament are supposed to oversee proceedings in Parliament. In fact, sometimes, if they have knowledge about something, they can correct. But when parliamentary proceedings are followed through, true, and everything is done right, we don't expect a Speaker of Parliament to try and tilt it. Because the moment you do that, you create room for people who have that ambition that in the future, when they get the opportunity to become speaker, they can use their own interpretation of the law in Parliament to tilt the law. And that is very dangerous. That is why when sometimes speakers sit in Parliament, when you go to the advanced world, and both sides are arguing, they try to stay away from the argument. They only come in when somebody is trying to use the law or the standing orders wrongly. That is when speaker comes in and corrects. No. But when a bill is passed, when a process in Parliament is adhered to, when people who are supposed to lead the process have gone through and allowed the process to work, we are not supposed to come in and be throwing pieces of flames in there. And that is what Alban Bagbin is doing. I believe that Alban Bagbin wanted this anti-LGBTQ bill to be about him. He has always wanted the conversation about anti-LGBTQ bill to be about him. His biggest problem was that he wasn't the one sitting in that chair to make sure this bill was passed or not passed. And at this point, I would like to say this. Parliament is not about an individual. If we wanted Speaker of Parliament to be about one person, we would have not allowed anybody to deputize you. There's a reason why we gave you deputy. There's a reason why we told people that when you are not there, somebody can sit in and play the same role you play by making sure the rules of Parliament, he or she works within it. Nobody has sat in your seat and gone against the rules of Parliament. Nobody. In fact, I'm talking about your deputies. So the moment you do this, the moment you deliberately decide to undermine your deputies, to disrespect your deputies indirectly by making a bill that has been passed legitimately in the House look like your deputies or the members of Parliament who led the whole process look stupid, then it basically defeats the purpose of you being the leader of Parliament. That has been my worry with you from the day we all swore to make you the Speaker of Parliament. We sat through the night to make sure, because we believed in principle. And for a long time, you made us believe that you had, or you stayed, or you have always been on the line of being principled. Continuously, you have been very inconsistent in letting people know that Parliament has done its job. Every minute, every time you get the opportunity, you want to basically make those who were in Parliament, who passed this bill, look stupid and ignorant. But with all due respect, say, you are not the only person in Ghana who knows parliamentary proceedings or who has ideas to share in Parliament. And I know you are sharing your views. I know you are not insisting. I know you are trying to put a message across. Indirectly, you are forcing Parliament to do something that is not supposed to be done. We were in this country when Afenyomakin and his group deliberately decided to abuse power, or deliberately decided to suppress the power of the third arm of government, or the second arm of government, whatever you want to call it, which is the legislature. We were here when Afenyomakin took power from you, took it to the Supreme Court, embarrassed you and every single member of Parliament. All of us spoke against it because we believe Parliament make their own laws, and nobody should try and underestimate or underrate or try to use any means to suppress the power of the legislature. So when you, as a member of the legislature, as the leader of the legislature, who understands the role of your deputies, come back to try and denigrate work that has been done in Parliament in the form or in the way or in a form of advice, appeal, consistently, you are undermining that Parliament that you oversee. So I believe that it can't be about you, sir. The bill has been passed. It cannot be about how you feel. It cannot be about how people see you. It cannot be about you thinking it has to be part of your legacy. This is the Parliament of Ghana. This is not a Parliament of Bagbin. This is not a Parliament of Bagbin's family. This is something that was done by our representatives. Your job was to referee. So if you are not there and somebody sits in, which the law permits and parliamentary laws permit, you are supposed to recognize it and move along. But it looks like you don't want to recognize the work that your deputy did. You don't want to recognize the work that our representatives in Parliament did. You want the whole thing to be about you and what you want to say and do and conclude. That is not democracy. That is not leadership. That is not you directing Parliament and showing Parliament that you are a principled man. You are basically the problem of Parliament of Ghana, the ninth Parliament. And I have said this and this. And sometimes people think that I have a problem with Alban. I don't. I respect him. His experience, the work he's done for this country, where he is today. But I believe that it is getting into your head. You are undermining the same Parliament that pulled knives, guns, grenades to make you the Speaker of Parliament. With all due respect, sir, you are not the only person who has the final say in Ghana. You are not. Sometimes we say Parliament is a house on its own, makes its own laws. But whatever you do, whatever you say, you are still under the executive. And I say this because You being the Speaker of Parliament, and I heard you say something, that the president plays a role in making you the Speaker. Yes, without the president's acknowledgement, you could have never been the Speaker of Parliament. So at least that alone should prove to you that there's somebody who needs to give the green light for you to sit in that chair. Maybe constitutional wise, he is not the person who made you Speaker, but without his consent, nobody would have fought in Parliament to make you Speaker of Parliament. Nobody would have stood behind you to put their credibility and everything on the line on live television around the world to fight to make sure you are elected legitimately to be the Speaker. So whether you like it or not, the president supersedes you. He has the final authority. And when it comes to Parliament, you don't have the final say. The final say of Parliament are the representatives in Parliament. And when the representatives come out and say that this is our final say, you have no option than to adhere to it. Now you want to be bigger than the representatives. Without the representatives in Parliament, you cannot be Speaker. Because you cannot be Speaker in front of just mere chairs and cabinet and whatever. You can only call yourself Speaker when our representatives are sitting before you. So put this thing to rest, please. You are causing a lot of mayhem in Parliament. You are becoming a problem. This, let it sleep. The work has been done. Let us look forward. If the president receives it, or when he receives it, he goes through his own process, which he has said a few weeks ago. If the process tells him to bring the bill back to Parliament through consultations, if he has to bring it, he will bring it. If he doesn't have to bring it, he will sign it. So, sir, stop distracting this government and Parliament. You have done enough. Everything cannot be about you. No, you don't have the final say. We respect you. We adore you. We have always stayed with you. But please, it's enough. You are being too selfish. It can't be about you all the time. At a point, you need to stop and let the system work. Your petty distraction, your I know it all, your I believe in myself only, everybody around me is not intelligent, I have the experience. It's enough. Sometimes allow the process to work. Sometimes allow it to work. You are doing too much. Now, let's go straight to this matter. And yes, sorry, and the Betis team, are you with me? Yeah. And that is what my team, they are telling me. If anything, from the day this bill was passed, you have been talking, undermining the power of Parliament, your own Parliament. You have been degrading the Parliament, denigrating them indirectly. If for anything, just wait for and hear what the president will say. Now, it is like everybody is a fool. It is only you who is wise. But only God is Jah. We all know in Ghana politics, the only pure person in Ghana politics is Jah. Nobody in Ghana politics is pure. And you know what I'm talking about. It is only Jah who is pure in Ghana politics. At least give the president that respect. Give the executive that respect. At least let people know you are the leader of Parliament. Give the president, let the president at least. But this is the situation. A bill has been passed. The president is supposed to take action. You sit here every day, undermine everybody. Everyone is a fool. You are the only intelligent. At least, if not for anything, this is the same president who made you Speaker of Parliament. Upon all your experience and all the whatever you talk about every day, if John Mahama and the NDC leadership had not given you green light, you wouldn't have never been a Speaker of Parliament. So at least show the president respect. At least, as a veteran, as an old man who also wants people to reciprocate the same thing, let us show the president respect. It looks like you are undermining everything. You are undermining everybody. I am the third. I am the this. We understand. Not everybody can be Speaker of Parliament. That is why you are Speaker of Parliament. But enough is enough. The disrespect is too much. You are becoming too proud. Yeah. And who is supposed to be blamed here? Us. Because we gave you the power. Show some respect to your colleagues. Show some respect to your parliamentarians. The work they did whilst you were not there, without due respect, you have not been able to point to any illegality in it. So at least show respect. When we meet Ahiafo and the deputies, well, how do you want them to see you? You show no respect to anybody. And you don't even want to show respect to the president. This is not fair. You have been in this game for long. You have seen the business part of this game. You have seen the patriotic part of this game. You have seen the illegal. You have seen everything. Stop this. It's not helping you. Stop it. We don't want to disrespect you. Stop it. It's disgusting. It's getting too much. Jesus Christ. Now, this story. A year, Chairman Wontumi, and they're sorry, I bet is a Chairman Wontumi lawyers. Atro a year krata ako a year court. Say a year Chairman Wontumi asama at that court. And let me show you this. Chairman Wontumi on semi and sa and a court. 3 cases. Now, 3 cases, no, don't get it wrong. First case near Exim Bank. A fraud case. Any Chairman Wontumi okoji loan bill Exim Bank about 30 million cedis. So odukoye fu and boom. With this the kanina. And yes, bank, Ombra court, no Ombe. Second case, a Samurai Boy illegal mining case. Okoye illegal mining, Emma, Samurai Boy. Third case, a Tano Nimiri Forest Reserve. Ura kwaye brimpuum or brintuum and obu nsuno, obu ndiano, same nsuno ye galamse. Remember, case na yeden the judgment eba no a Samurai Boy case no, and na eba July 3rd. And then I can in area judge say a man bosome back on a judgment. Do the 4 and do the bim. Inti Samurai Boy case no and I then and on that judge and it ultra judgment or say on the 3rd of July bosumi ebisimi and there Tommy etosumi ensa and ordina no asembeba na assembly yehu be see. Now Exim Bank case na e court no. Sa case no and na and the sorry anopa Chairman Wontumi lawyer Edi letter akoto court say eye bibia broni efreno plea bargain. Plea bargain. Na sa plea bargain no court nhwe na attorney general ensom na sebio omonye den omomfa enunye adwuma na asem na nkasa no eye krono ide ato Chairman Wontumi so no yenyim firi ho enti ma menwudwemu ma wo. You can say plea bargain, and the such a Wontumi lawyer, say, na emrabi or when it comes to plea bargain. Am I yet emrafo frabe kata samrana so? Now the no Kenyan says samrana na first plea bargain no. Etienne say, oh, sebio emrada dano, pe Chairman Wontumi lawyer no, emrada dan nature say, oh, mina miko wia Kevin Taylor phone way. Magia tum se me wia. Me pese sebio mitia phone neka. Na asotwe so wo a momfa mame ene ne embra dada na wo ho a friend the plea bargain embra dada na wo ho no enom so asa shembra fufuru bia beto sa embra dada no so say na wugitum se wo na wi a Kevin Taylor phone na sa kro no na da wo so be yi afiri ho na ebia phone no e 10 Ghana wotua na wo kofie sa argument na ende Chairman Wontumi lawyers ye wo court say anka eye Exim Bank 30 million Ghana cedis sika okoje no anka court enhwe na omone attorney general kan na attorney general kodwene ho say obeji sa plea bargain no na no emrafo for the kire say sa attorney general gitum say ampa obeji plea bargain na 1 sa kro no ere to Chairman Wontumi so na nka ebia nko so okọ jail 20 years no sa kro no ye free ho enti now Chairman Wontumi ni attorney general kotena dem na afi omonka say oh 30 million busumi bia metua 300 Ghana for 300 years. Eno na ende Chairman Wontumi ne the court, the lawyers, ede krata akoma court to say, omo epe plea bargain. Afi what you say. Now, it's a plea bargain, no. The Chairman Wontumi lawyer Kenya say, tete mrana ne wo ho na, first, ujitum so na wia, eye den, phone no e was say sebio still ko afiase no wo be ko na bia e bete so ɔse se ade ɔmo de mbra bia ba ɛhye ba ko no so nti saa new mbra dia wogitim so na wie ya krono no e be yefiri so na yama ne atenegye na kɔtena dem na ɛka wobetua e phone no wetua na wanante akofie ɛne na chema wontumi se ene opɛ. So kan krata na ma menjudwem na Ghana fo nyina hu we ha njudwem problem bi eni wo sa. In a Superior Court of Judicature in the High Court of Justice Accra AD 2026 oba onima bedru asewa ahu Bernard Entwibo Siakon Thomas Entwibo Siakon at large and Wontumi Farms Limited, first accused, second accused and third accused. Now utie eye assembly tripono asemo mo troto a enie or say notification of commencement of plea negotiation. Section 162C 3 of Act 30. Now, we hereby notify the Honorable Court that the first accused person herein has, through his counsel, Mr. Andiapi Akubi Esquire, in a letter dated June 5th, 2026, to the Honorable Attorney General, made a request to initiate a plea negotiation in respect of the charges in this trial. Dated at the office of the Attorney General, the Law House, Liberia Road, Accra, the first day of June 2026. Inti, on the first, ena eye sa letter we ekoka Attorney General nsa. Now, there are two things here. Per the new law, no, such a wontumi plea bargain, Attorney General Jituma, it means to say, one, krono ayeda to chema wontumi so a sanka yeko edina case no edi ya na ebia okodi bima okodi fo a anka ebi obekom 20 years no saa krono no ye be ye free so. That means automatically saa jail na anka ebia odi fo a at the end of the case no obeko no saa ade ye be ye free o. Now saa Attorney General je saa plea bargain wetuma de chema wontumi be ya ne se oni Attorney General kwa kotena table ho na waka se 30 million no maje na emum busumi bia metua 200 Ghana cedis. And you find a plea bargain. Now the question here is, mo Ghana for do a mo Ghana ha mo to aba edema eye NDC aban. John Mahama ne NDC forecast omo beko keta hye ne proye. Na obi a wafa esike bia no sebio ebi mo beko fiase ebi mo so aban befa ekwan so agisika no. These are words that are facts. Anamebwa. So obi eko wia sika ewo eye NYE. Oko wia sika ewo ebia Buffer stock. Eni se obi eko bu asase gu. Eko se kwaye. Ebotuo. Ema dwumadia odi ye no hundreds of years ebe sei nipa nkwa. Do you expect to say ye jeja kronfo sika sa nipa ne yangi sika na se mfa ntum? Because obi ko wi sika Buffer stock a eduane ankora ne di ya okoton di ye. It does not affect the generations. It does not hurt the nation's heart. It is obi ko wi sika Buffer stock. Na say and the Hanan. Ye say aban se one Hanan etnase. Na Hanan ne aban aka. Na aban en or the plea bargain na aban agiatum na aban gi $50 million for Hanan wa mini problem. Because we will take that money to build the nation. Se obi ekowia sebio ade ewo NIA. Na aban ni para trans say na nka wo say towns weba ama odi aka 20 million. Ube come 2 years and now betua 20 million. Na nipa nka say I want to plead and pay the 20 million. Na nipa no enantia I don't have a problem. But say obi the excavator ko wura yensa asim. Obu inua egu. Ediaba Akubia takes over 40, 50, 60. Ediaba to be taking 100 years. Yeka forest, donko, deep forest. Some trees are older as 600 years. Ewo iwurem. Se di pari to me the excavator wurem. Na obu sanduya no tugu. That means it's going to take us another 600 years to get such a wood or such a tree to grow. Na insuya edakwayem. It's taking thousands to survive. Efidi infuo, efidi inua, efidi nipa menya binom etene eko ekuro no nua ne oman no mu nyina na saa nipa ne de excavator ko singwem na odwiri saa nsuo de sɛ no na saa nipa ya so esa edey etu asase ne sɛ no ebotuo na generations a ye detect say saa nipa na de oyeye no one for a very long time yentumi nya edua bi a ebetumi agini over 200 years biem. We are not going to get water. Achema wuntumi ewura nwura enum eko say no, we are not going to get it back. It's going to take over 40 years. That person has caused generational destruction. We call it generational destruction. Sa boni na wedi no. Sa boni no eye boni a yen nanankansoamo ene omo mudi echi years and years. Because one wasadi ndu boni egu asase mu a innuaba ebedue bia for years 20-30 years yen chirima no ebenya yare. You don't bargain with such a criminal. What Chema did by entering our forests, destroying water bodies, destroying vegetation, making sure our livelihood is taken away from us as humans on this planet. Chema caused genocide with his actions. No intelligent attorney general. Attorney general biya say onimu nyansa obetena table biya will say he is negotiating with Chema on any plea bullshit. No intelligent attorney general will do that. Yeah. Any attorney general who accepts this and goes to sit with Chema to negotiate in a form of plea bargain, that attorney general is a criminal. Yes. Because one, what Chema has done, the consequences are dire and long term. And when I say long term, this damage he has done is basically going to take over 50 years to, at the end of the day, recover. This generational destruction. This is genocide. We don't negotiate or allow such a person to sit at the table with the Attorney General. That is an insult to us, we who voted to bring you, the Attorney General and the President, to power. It is the biggest insult in the fight against corruption. And if the Attorney General in any way dares or tries to meet Chema Wuntumi halfway on this plea bargain, then that Attorney General is the most corrupt Attorney General in the history of Ghana. He's a thief. If that Attorney General sits with Chema Wuntumi and admits this plea bargain, that Attorney General is a criminal. Because one, no right-thinking Ghanaian will even allow Chema Wuntumi to sit and bargain on this action. So I'm telling the Attorney General, Ayenini, this will be the beginning of your political career. I don't fucking care who you talk to. Even the president, if he dares admit this, or you talk to the president for him to say this is okay, then you all are people who are not supposed to be trusted in Ghana. Because the actions of Chema Wuntumi, dear Chema Wuntumi yeno, dear why yeno, a generational crime, a bonia we dear and to me and pepa. Anything I'm starting, you know. So China, I yet in catch Ghana for through a press conference to say, One Hanan, I strike a plea bargain deal, I will not have a problem. I don't care. At least me sick on the edge. So China, I yet in catch them say, One a sky train for I strike a plea bargain. I don't care. But so Attorney General be catch them so on the Chema Wuntumi at na table ho. Say damage at Chema Wuntumi aye. Nipa Chema Wuntumi den actions ekum a ebekum still. Kwaya we cannot reclaim back or reclaim in the next 50 years. In year ebi di 600 years a Chema Wuntumi ebuogu a osadi induboni egu asase mu a for years we will not be able to recover. Insu a wasɛ na different animals and enum, different humans and enum, nature emwa kese ketwa na enum, insu na e sustain yensase. Say chairman won't you better with him now what Attorney General can say, yeah, a bargain, plea bargain, now you're crom for. Then you are a thief. It doesn't matter if the president even agrees to that. Then because this action is not an action that anybody should allow anything called plea bargain. If we really mean what we say every day about resetting this nation, that this shit should be thrown away. So Chairman Wood to me from day one, Okacha Ghana for say he is not guilty. He was not involved in illegal mining. Chairman Wood to me should, at the end of the day, sa aye Exim Bank, sa aye diay, aye Jumadia or G Ghana Sikadino. He should go through it. Whether it is illegal mining, whether it is a loan, whether it is what, because this Exim Bank deal, Chairman Wood to me did not even use a dime to grow one corn. Sikana or X. The reason why I don't want you to have a plea bargain with Chairman Wood to me is simple. He took this money to go do illegal mining. It's when I give you an excuse and I say, the premise, now me catch you say, oh, so for Hanan, na one plea bargain na me boom for say Hanan did not take buffer stock money or steal buffer stock money for now, allegedly steal buffer stock money to go do Galamsey. SkyTrain for Antamba SkyTrain money to go to Chairman Wood to me took Exim Bank money and Oduko Ragalamsey. So Chairman Wood to me deserves no plea bargain. Into what Attorney General, you admit this, you allow this, you even consider this. Now what Attorney General, there's nothing you can tell Ghanaians are Obiabejiwedi. Because technically, Yani Ghana for your future, no, you think say Jimmy, we should just sit and do what? Allow this to happen. Into you, Ayenini, with all due respect, this is the beginning of your political career. Every single thing we are saying here stops with you. So many people have committed crimes in Ghana, and we know Chairman Wood to me has committed generational crime. And I have seen every 9 a.m. there's this guy who is part of Alankojo Chairman's Afafranto. Every 9 a.m. they meet Chairman Wood to me. The lawyers and the parties Afrikiko. You stop. You cannot save Chairman Wood to me. Afafranto for now, I am with TV, so Ekasama Afafranto. There's a reason why I don't want to mention names. But why Ekasama Afafranto, I will TV, so every day, thinking you can help Chairman Wood to me escape this. Stop it. So meeting now, Moya Afrikiko, 9 a.m. Stop it. I don't want it to happen again. And you people, some push me out. I'll blow everything in your faces. We want the right thing done. Nobody in Afafranto party can save Chairman Wood to me. It does not matter your relationship with Chairman Wood to me in the past or now. That meeting, we have recordings of the meeting, and you people are more Afafranto more. My junior musemo and for NDC and that you can lead Chairman Wood to me to maneuver. Stop it. I'm saying this tonight. Because you have to blow ship up and we will still survive. So Chairman Wood to me catch the Attorney General. And I want the Attorney General to listen very carefully. This government didn't come to play. If anybody at the Attorney General's office in here ready to obey Juma, they should walk. Obia or Attorney General's office, Chairman Wood to me Sasikawe or the Koya Galamsey, and you, the Attorney General, you know. You have been in politics for years. You know more than I know. Don't pretend you don't know. Chairman Wood to me Kwaji Exim Bank Sika Koya illegal mining. That is why he cannot prove what he did with the money. And it's an upper plea bargain. Because for Chairman Wood to me to prove that he's not guilty and that he didn't take the money to go do illegality, he needs to tell the court what he spent the money on. Now, because he cannot tell the court what he spent the money on, and obviously we know he spent the money on illegal mining, he is trying to move the case out of court. Chairman Wood to me should come to court every day, explain to Ghana for exactly what he did with the 30 million Ghana cedis. And if you, the Attorney General, you are trying to cover him up, If you are trying to protect Chairman Wontumi, if you are trying to use technicalities, then it's better you go to court and kill the case yourself for Chairman Wontumi to win. At least we will know that he went through the process and he lost. Then the best thing for you to do is to go and present a weak case for Chairman Wontumi to win. That, and they are here, but nobody is taking plea bargain in Ghana. Because at least the court proceedings, we will all be able to monitor the proceedings, whether you are making sense or not. We will have our reporters in court every single day. And if you are making sense, we will know. And if you are not, we will know. We don't agree with this Chairman Wontumi going to do any plea bargain with Attorney General. That is bullshit. And it should never happen in Ghana. It should never. And I'm telling you, the Attorney General, I am telling you, you are not going to have it easy from now. You are not. Maybe you've had it easy for some time. Maybe you have had it easy for some time, but from now, it is not going to be easy for you. Now, Mamentra Ghana for the charges leveled against Chairman Wontumi in this case, this Exim Bank case. When the president said you can do the job, you said yes. You took the job. Now you have to deliver. Now, these are the charges you leveled Chairman Wontumi in the Exim Bank case. These are the charges. You want us to drop these charges and go for plea bargain? No. The reason why we are chasing the money, because we want to know what that money went to do. And we all know Exim Bank loan at Chairman Wontumi or Koye Galamsey. Now, these are the charges. Allegation that loan funds obtained from Ghana Exim Bank were not used for the stated purpose. And the loan that Chairman Wontumi took was for agriculture maize projects. So we are asking, when you go to court as an Attorney General, you pose the question to Chairman Wontumi and his lawyers. The money you took for cultivating maize or corn, what did you use the money for? We need that answer. And not just saying he needs to provide evidence to what he used that 30 million Ghana cedis for. It's simple. And that is what we are chasing. Our eye is on the money. It's not on your plea bargain. Second, the second charge. Forgery. Claims that some supporting documents used to secure or justify the loan facility were falsified or improperly prepared. Chairman Wontumi used forged documents to take 30 million. This forgery alone, you, Attorney General, can put an innocent boy before the court and jail him for 10 years. It is part of Chairman Wontumi's charges. We should skip all these charges and do what? And go sit in a room for Chairman Wontumi to tell us what he wants to do, how much he wants to pay. Are we mad? The forgery alone, the first one was fraud. In Ghana court, when you are basically charged or found guilty, normally, fraud cases, do you know how many years you are sentenced? Each charge comes with its own sentence. Then you want it to be a plea bargain. These are the charges. Nipa ba ku bejina court enim for just forgery, or to become 10 years. Obi bejina court enim for just what we call fraud, or to become 15 years. You want to compress all this and say, I want to sit on a table with Chairman Wontumi. So you are going to accept this. Charge 3, money laundering. I'm more respect your own. You charge you but politics you will quit politics. Point 3, money laundering. Allegation that funds moved through accounts in ways that concealed their true origin or use. He used the 30 million cedis to do money laundering. So maybe Ghana caught him for money laundering. Do you know how many years they jailed them? You are going to compress all this and tell Chairman Wontumi how much he can pay. Now, some question you man here to bring you to power, no, to vote for you people to win parliamentary seats, no. Now, mujan so much Jimmy ana. Count charge 4. These are all the charges in the Exim Bank. Chairman Wontumi say up a plea bargain. Hey. 4, causing financial loss to the state. Your Ghana Chroma Mamma for causing financial loss according to prison. Yet, Emma Kufuor jailing Kufuor in the name of causing financial loss to the state. Just that charge. J.A. Kufuor, he was able to jail somebody, just that charge, for years for people to die in jail. You are telling us to suppress this, to compress this, and turn it into what? If you allow this, you are the most corrupt criminal as an attorney general in the history of Ghana. Now, causing financial loss, the core allegation that states, that's through Exim Bank, suffered financial loss from the transaction. There were millions of people who needed, if they had gotten the 30 million, you bet to match Ghana for 550,000 to go into agriculture. Kwasi Appiah took the money and entered Galamsey's site, destroyed forest. You want to plead with him? Are you kidding me, my friend? It is not politics as usual. It is not always politics. It is not always business, my friend. It is sometimes we need to get serious. And I'm just saying, and I'm just saying, Jimmy Chai. This is real business. This is what the people voted for. The people want to see the court, the law, stretched to its limits. Nobody can suppress anything in Ghana. The power belongs to the people. They suffered and gave you the power. Some lost their lives. Some are hurt. Some are still recovering. And then people take their money instead of you to stay in court and deal with them. You are telling us there's a law called plea bargain. The problem this guy has caused is generational. And you sit there and you think it is politics as usual. Let me discuss this. Let me think. Let me find a way. Find a way for Chairman Wontumi to run. Charge 5. Improper use or misapplication of loan funds. That funds meant for a specific agriculture project were allegedly diverted or not properly accounted for. These charges, Bawumia received 10 years in Ghana. We have seen some. And then Chairman Wontumi lawyers write this to you and say, I've accepted. On the 1st, now on second document way. On the 1st of January, you didn't tell us anything. You keeping it and you are negotiating. You got this document on the 1st of January. Today is the 11th. Now, let me tell you something. Chairman Wontumi, me catch him last week, me bad TV, so me catch him say, his people know he's a criminal, he's a thief. They know he will go to jail. Some conform to TV, so radio, so no they know Chairman Wontumi. Omankasa party for him, Mr. Oyewi. When was the last time you saw the leadership of the NPP from Bawumia all the way to the last person follow Chairman Wontumi to court? No. And so Abronya or Chinwe, any case, no meaning go about. Why? The party, the internal leadership, they know Chairman Wontumi is a thief. They know he's a criminal. They know the Galamsey he cannot hear about Bawumia campaign. No, they know. They don't want to associate with Chairman Wontumi. The Ben who's a party hierarchy are leading Chairman Wontumi to court. The Ben out say they are out there trying to get Chairman Wontumi give him support. No, because they themselves want Chairman Wontumi jailed for life. Because of Chairman Wontumi, majority of MPP before they have lost everything. Majority of MPP before no more political career. Because of Chairman Wontumi, that credibility has been taken away. On one party for no, they want him in jail. Now you Attorney General Ayenini, you want to strike a deal with Chairman Wontumi and his business friends for him to work? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are working for? You are working for the people. You have to do what the people want. The people who voted for you in your constituency and the people who elected your party into power. It's not just NDC people who voted for the NDC. People who did not even belong to the NDC voted for the NDC. All because they trusted the president's word. All because they wanted some people to be used as scapegoats. They wanted somebody to represent crime so that it will put fear. Do not try to underestimate the intelligence and the power of the people. So you want to bargain. This paper, you are supposed to throw it away, but you are concealing it because you think it's business as usual. No. You prove yourself with this or you walk. Attorney General, you prove yourself in this case. You prove yourself that you are legitimate. You are not doing business with Attorney General's office. You use this case to prove yourself, or you walk. That is the end of your political career. And this is straightforward. I respect you. I have respected you for a long time. I still respect you. But this is beyond friendship. This is beyond politics. This is beyond party. This is beyond you being a nice man. This is about the fact and principle. And we have to all understand, Chairman Wontumi is not anybody who is supposed to sit at any table. Fuck what the act says. The people want Chairman Wontumi face the courts. It's not like we don't have an option. We have an option to reject. So nobody in this government, nobody in the Attorney General's office can tell me we are hand tight and that we have to go with this. You lie bad. We have an option to reject. So the option is what we want. Reject it. Yes. Obian Timinka said, this is the only way. Without this, we cannot secure. No, we want to take the other option, and the other option is for you to reject. Reject it. Now, the interesting thing is, you people, you have no idea. Chairman Wontumi, Ekrobia at a point. 1st of June, sorry. He got a letter 1st of June, not January. Thank you, I corrected it. So the letter got to the Attorney General on the 1st of June and the 11th. 1st of June, 10 days. You didn't speak about it. You are hiding things from us. You are negotiating behind the scenes. We want you to come out and speak on this. You, the Attorney General, we need you on national television to speak on this document. You have to come out. You cannot sit in the Attorney General's office and crack things and make we believe that you need to come to us. Get on national television and speak your side. Ayanini, get on national television. Because we, the people, we have an option, and that option is to reject this plea bargain. We have an option, and that option is to reject the plea bargain. We want you to come on national television and assure us that you go through, see through this, because we want to know every single detail. We want to know where the money went, because when you trace the money, we know the money went into Galamsey, and Galamsey has been a generational crime. So you cannot. This exit money is tied to Chairman Wontumi's Galamsey. So you cannot sit in your office. You cannot just be a politician. You cannot be a negotiator. We did not bring anything to office to negotiate. You need to understand, as much as the law, there is a room to negotiate. We, the people, did not bring you to negotiate. You are not a negotiator. If we needed a negotiator, we could have voted for a negotiator to bring in a negotiator who is an Attorney General. We bring you to prosecute. And especially when it comes to Chairman Wontumi, he needs to stand in front of the law fully. No negotiation. And if you want to taste blood, and I'm talking about political blood, try and take this plea bargain. Ayanini, if you want to try the anger of Ghanaians who want to support this government, who believe in John Mahama, you yourself, if you want to try your political status, try this and see. You will understand the power some of us we yield. No negotiation with Chairman Wontumi, Exim Bank. Chairman Wontumi needs to stand trial. Yes. Everybody needs to stand trial. Makacho, I've never heard that Hanan is involved in Galamsey. You can sit with Hanan. You can have a plea bargain. I don't care. Hey, you can have a plea bargain with SkyTrain. I don't care. But for Chairman Wontumi, we need to trace this 30 million because we know it is tied to the Galamsey. So you cannot tell us, Ayanini, no, Ochina, we need you on TV. You have to come and clear the air. And yes, sir, that is the end of your political career. Yes. It's either you use this to save your career, save your political career, save whatever, or you dump it in the trash. This is the last for you. I'm a very nice person. I'm principled. I'm a very principled person. Since I was starting court, I've never had an issue with you. Since even at a point, Ghanaians were frustrated and angry with you, the Attorney General. I was the one who came to explain things to them about how political cases run in court. I have done everything to protect you. And in the name for people to understand that Ghana, political cases, it is not like any other case. Politicians who are criminals who steal, it's difficult to prosecute them. And that you are the first Attorney General in the history of Ghana to be able to even finish a criminal case in less than a year. That is a credit to you. You are one of the first Attorney Generals in this country. 5 criminal cases. You have almost done with those cases and see that. But don't use that to be the smoke screen. No. We are following the real cases. There are people who hurt the heart of this nation. And Chairman Wontumi is number 1. Today, Obi wo nebare wu because of insua Chairman Wontumi say no. And Obi ani ni ho and awa kora bi ba ne nse twa. You win and say you win and I 9. You said Chairman Wontumi to come and bargain. This money he took, or the Galam say, that is why we are not allowing for Chairman Wontumi to have a plea bargain deal. No, never. Even though it's exempt, it is connected to Ghana. Mami can be being checked Ghana for. Okay, Ekrobia at a point in its political history. Sa Ekrono embeki a drastic turn. Ekrobiano, at a point in its political history, Adebia edi Ekroni nyano, we get to a point where Obiaka say enough is enough. Ekrobiano, every single time in their history, there is one person that didn't change history, whether positive or negative. We have gone through a lot as a people. We are still reaping the damages and the harm Chairman Wontumi and then the likes of the MPP, they cost us. And they just didn't cost us administrative harm. That one can rest. That one can go. They cost us generational harm. A harm that would take years to be able to fight and overcome. Such people, you use them to set an example for the generation to come, to always mention that name and case, to force people to believe that the right thing needs to be done. And this Chairman Wontumi cases, these 3 cases are a typical example of cases that are supposed to change our political history. Now, negotiations, not plea bargain, then where are we headed? What kind of bullshit is this? What kind of nonsense is this? The audacity, the infantry for Chairman Wontumi lawyers to write this to you. How did we get here? That it means somebody has spoken to them. That it means they have negotiated with somebody. That means Obina Akachom Samunya way, because nobody is above the people who gave you people power. I am going to stay on this until you, the Attorney General, you make a statement on national television. Chairman Wontumi is a no-go candidate. He needs to stand trial, face the law. If he walks after trial, I am fine. I don't care because it's the trial. But for you to give Chairman Wontumi an alternative, give Chairman Wontumi the room for him to decide for us, I'm going to pay this at my pace. No, I don't decide for the judges. I don't want to infiltrate in court proceedings. I want the justice system to work when it comes to Chairman Wontumi. Yeah. So, Attorney General, it's either you go or you do the right thing. And the right thing is rejecting this plea bargain. Yeah. It's simple as that. You can win the trust of the people by making the right decision here. You are left with only one life. You are left with only one life. You had 9 lives. You blew it all up. It's left with only one life. And this, if you want to basically keep that one life or go with this, it's simple as that. I respect you so much. I respect you so much. And I never expected you from the experience you have. The experience, the way you are detailed, the way you are meticulous in the things you do, the way you try everything possible to protect your integrity. This is not even supposed to come to your desk. But we are here. That's what I'm saying. We need to hear from your office tomorrow. Now, ade we siwie no. Ehona eye Apia Kubia oye chairman wuntumi lawyer. Yetia no so beka kire say Andy Apia Kubi files to withdraw as counsel for Chairman Wuntumi in the Samurai Boy mining case ahead of July 3 judgment. Apia Kubi say sorry now. Also say I or a lawyer for Chairman Wuntumi. Exim case no or a plea bargain. And a Samurai Boy case na ye dear we are judge the better judgment on the 3rd no or no. Watching ho on your Chairman Wuntumi lawyer biem into wa file a withdrawal whatever. Then you ask yourself, what kind of games are these people playing with us? Asemno ya kewie. Judge akabukatum. Judge kwa chro the judgment. Lawyer or the chairman wuntumi ejina asem mu nyina no. Judgment no ebeba no ose ende onye chairman wuntumi lawyer biem. Busa ho se adentra. Now mama chwa de tie Apia Kubi ye pa. Na me bo first video sorry me we me second video a o kire adikudie ntia o se ono onye den he is not going to be Chairman Wuntumi's lawyer again. Inti what he's trying to say then say from now till time my judgment in beba no onye Chairman Wuntumi lawyer or resign it or withdraw before the judgment comes. Then you ask yourself what is making a lawyer who has worked with Chairman Wuntumi and closed a case, made his closing submissions, and come out to meet the media to say, you know what? We had a good case. And I can play so many videos of Apia Kubi turning out and coming out to tell Ghana for say, we had a great case in court. In fact, the day the case ended, Apia Kubi catch Ghana for say, it's been a wonderful trial. And he's very convinced and very, very much convinced to say his client will come out victorious. This same guy, and a few weeks for the judgment to come out. Also, on your Chairman Wuntumi lawyer BM. Let's listen to Apia Kubi.
And come a picture say, Ube back court no proceedings na
sure.
In those cases. I can share with you the record of proceedings in the cases. But Nkrophobia Bontin, can some referring to more, but can we honestly convict on the records? Now, I know the ATV call anymore.
Fortunately, the record is what is before the judge.
Yes.
And the judge will not be minded.
I always cry that I pray that the court is a court.
Yeah.
That is my prayer. The only prayer that I do, they say, let us see a court making a pronouncement based on evidence.
Yeah. The evidence before the
court.
And not what is
outside the court. And not at the whims of somebody who is outside the court. Now you hear where Miss Maye, I hear the Bibaya,
yeah. And for Samurai Boy the end of the year, we are all waiting for July 3rd. Our court
Samurai Boy
yes.
I have filed a motion.
What file a motion?
I filed a motion
to arrest the judgment?
Not to arrest the judgment. I don't have that power.
Okay.
I have filed a motion to withdraw from the case. Withdrawal from the case. I have cited my reasons.
Who is withdrawing from that case?
Myself
as a lawyer. Who withdraw from?
I'm withdrawing my legal services. In the case.
Yes. Why we are judge then?
Yes. At any point.
I know.
I have a right.
What reason here then?
My reasons are in the affidavit. And we will take that motion on Monday, so I will not discuss it. But I have cried in the affidavit that as a lawyer, what I feel doing a case like that. Now, I know the prayer, no, and if cry, no, then, you know, for all of us as persons in the legal fraternity, now what do you feel?
No, withdraw CCR because of what you think would happen on July 3rd.
No, not what you think will happen. Anything, because I pray that the court should be a court. Now, your decision, then I will come and I'll comment on the decision. But before then, I'll sound this warning. Someone might have any penny because you have any penny more. It stays with us. and it will also be, we will be confronted with it in course of our time.
FM.
And you'll be, Ochana you'll be for. Injustice to anybody is injustice to you.
To everyone, I agree. But lawyer,
anything, because I pray that the court should be a court. Now, your decision, then I will come and I'll comment on the decision. But before then, I'll sound this warning.
I'm sure there. My video ni bi ma menchro okanyoma mienu. And we are Ghana ni now Utie Apia Kubia. He's basically saying Chairman Wontumi is guilty. Tie. So Utie Apia Kubi in sama na oka. There are two very important things no can also interview him. One, I say we should make the court pronounce their judgment based on the evidence before it. That is one. And a two, I say, remember, yam sheni pe nim na yam fembu na ten. He was talking about perception out there. Who Chairman Wontumi is, what he represents. They're not all can you say, remember, yam Chairman Wontumi nyoma waye. And in your maybe a yedi susuno. Court. This is a lawyer who has stood before a court for almost a year to provide evidence to the court. So if his evidence are shown in court, or the defendant the client, or the evidence now or you're very convinced, so the evidence he provided in court or before the court are evidence that can exonerate his client. Do you think he would tell Ghana for say, send your tear because I know for a fact that court does not base its conclusion on speculations or on commentary from outside the court. So if this guy is an experienced lawyer, that's what Abedina TV so catch will say, do not use or just look at my client, his character, what he has done outside. That it means that lawyer or the counsel, the defense counsel, who is Apia Kubi to Chairman Wontumi, knows that whatever he provided in court to defend his client, it means that he knows they are not strong enough. They don't have that strength to exonerate Chairman Wontumi. In the TV Zone channel, he was basically calling, and it was an SOS call, telling the people my client will be jailed. This is language. This is intelligence. This is analyzing logic. This guy came on TV to tell Ghana for I said Chairman Wontumi is guilty. Because when I was entering the Supreme Court, the belief I had in my lawyers, I knew I was going to walk. Because before I came to court, I had given up evidence to my lawyers. They had briefed me, and they did not even say that we are believing. They said, from what we have, we can make a case for you to walk. When Kennedy Japan took me to court, when Kennedy Japan sued me, my lawyers told me this evidence we have, based on our interaction with you, you will walk. But if my lawyer or your lawyer sits on TV, is now telling Ghana for say, Mamu sheni parenim, diawaye, sebi otie, namonfa enjajina. It means the lawyer knows whatever he had in court, whatever evidence he provided to the court, he knows they were not sufficient. They did not have enough grounds to exonerate his client. Until Apia Kubi came to the radio to tell Ghana for say, Chairman Wontumi dem. Listen to him very well. He came to tell Ghana for say, Chairman Wontumi dem obe dem.
And can make picture say, ube back court no abe share proceedings na ekoso no.
Sure.
In even those cases, I can share with you the record of proceedings in the cases. But Nkrophobia Bontin, can some referring to more, but can we honestly convict on the records? Now, I know the ATV calling him.
Fortunately, the record is what is before the judge.
Yes.
And the judge will not be minded.
I always cry that I pray that the court is a court.
Yeah.
That is my prayer. The only prayer that I do, they say, let us see a court making a pronouncement based on evidence.
Yeah. The evidence before the
court.
And not what is
outside the court. And not at the whims of somebody who is outside the court. Now, where Miss Maye, I hear the Bibeya,
yeah. In the for Samurai Boy, the end of the year, we are all waiting for July 3rd. Our court
Samurai Boy,
yes.
I have filed a motion.
What file a motion?
I filed a motion
to arrest the judgment?
Not to arrest the judgment. I don't have that power.
Okay.
I have filed a motion to withdraw from the case. Withdrawal from the case. No, I have cited my reasons.
Who is withdrawing from that case?
Myself
as a lawyer.
As lawyer.
Who withdraw from?
I'm withdrawing my legal services.
Case
in the case.
Yes. Why we are judge then
yes. At any point.
I know.
I have a right.
What reason here then?
My reasons are in the affidavit. And we will take that motion on Monday, so I will not discuss it. But I have cried in the affidavit that as a lawyer, what I feel doing about the case like that. Now, I know the prayer, no, and if cry, no, then, you know, for all of us as persons in the legal fraternity, now what do you feel?
No, withdraw CCR because of what you think would happen on July 3rd.
No, not what you think will happen. Anything, because I pray that the court should be a court. Now, your decision, then I will come and I'll comment on the decision. But before then, I'll sound this warning. Someone might have any penny because you have any penny more. It stays with us, and it will also be, we will be confronted with it in course of our time.
FM.
And I will be, Ochana will be for injustice to anybody is injustice to you.
To everyone, I agree. But lawyer, why would you do a case? You go through all the initial stages and go through trial. Judge, I'm not data or then a judgment. July 3rd. Now I file application to withdraw.
My lawyer, I check
yes.
My share proceedings are
okay.
And it said me who sent to be a free abontia. I smell it. And if you several cases near my days of proceedings. Was it name me how was it notwithstanding?
I was over.
Or chebra or chep adding.
Okay.
And no one case here no Ghana.
That's a summer boy case. They say somebody was shepherding the case. Giddy.
Just a giddy. I say
this is a lawyer. It's an SOS call. Why to say akwara oni in your penny didi? The oyi. I say akwara keto oni in your penny didi. No mudi aduane na do wusa aka beye 2-3 kontomwa or so only be we crop because on the kwakwo nchansi nim. Abuofunu. Eti say akwara oni in your penny didi. We twam kontomwa 1 minute. Ni nua na twa ocha. Wa hwa aduane na ekofo maka krebi na asa osimi ndi biem. Because what me say we are on the bawo nchansi nim. Into obeso jaidi ansa na akaso ko nchansi nim. He knows what he's doing. Apia Kubi Nimdia, oh yeah. He does not want to go into the grave with Eddie Chairman Wood to me. He's trying to exonerate himself. He's trying to clean his reputation up. Because on the Chairman Wood to me, now at the final day, judgment to banner Chairman Wood to me differ. He might not get another client again. He doesn't also want to be the MPP person who, in the first time in the history of MPP, led an MPP person to jail. So what he's trying to do is to save himself. So all that he's saying is that Unibibi, but you never saw Apia Kubi walk out of court one day to talk like this. After case now, and we 2 weeks, Apia Kubi ATM. Why? The day Apia Kubi came out from court. Judge, Eka say, I'll be back on the 3rd of July, July to read my judgment. Apia Kubi came out of court smiling. Mr. Hayes, get me the tape. He did not show anything, say, Obi Tata no court, Obi Bibi or court, Obi Jinabontine. He never said anything. So suddenly, how come Apia Kubi is out here telling the whole world, say, he was being suppressed? Now, I'm not sure. Or see, Obama reasons in Tia. One filing motion say on person be chairman want to me lawyer bim. That's fine. Yanko tie the reasons no or granting interview to I think 1957. Let's listen to him.
So let me move on to Summer Boy. It appears to me that you do not have trust in your or you do not believe in your clients anymore. We are learning that you are withdrawing your services to your clients in that case.
Yeah, it is not the case. There are reasons why I'm withdrawing my services from this process. Is stated in our affidavit in support of the motion. And I am saying that I'm disappointed with decisions of the court. And I'm disappointed with the attitude of the court.
But if you withdraw your service, your client is going to perish.
No, when I withdraw my service, he is at liberty to engage another counsel. He is at liberty to do his case by himself, and he is at liberty to even apply to government for support by way of legal aid. So I'm sure he will take a decision when we get there.
What has the court done? What has the court done? You say you're not happy with.
I'm not happy with, particularly when I have made application for the court to order the prosecution to provide me with copies of the alleged assignment. Instead of the court making the order, the court dismissed my application. I expected the court to make that order for the prosecution to come and say that this is a copy of the assignment, or I don't have it at all, for her to come to a conclusion that there is no assignment. So that conclusive position we have is based on presumptions that since they could not provide the assignment, there is a presumption that it doesn't exist. But I expected the court to make the order directed at the prosecution to provide that assignment, or come to the court and say that there is no such assignment. For the court to record that there is no such assignment, and that brings finality to the charges on assignment.
And so do you think withdrawing your services is at the interest of your client?
I think the court is getting personal with me as counsel, and therefore my absence may warrant an engagement of a new counsel, and probably the new counsel probably will be able to freely interact with the court for the court.
You know, this video is courtesy 1957. Now, Obu Busan say, Yate say, Chairman untumi nyane lawyer biom. Na case the judge no on judgment. A dear potty pa na amao and there was a yet Chairman untumi nyane lawyer biom judgment ba. Or say or you're disappointed in the court. And at the end of the day, the decisions and attitude of the court no na on pay. Ye di case na yo judge tro judgment o from nowhere akwawe plea bargain e Exim Bank case nim. From nowhere akwawe say menye chairman wuntumi lawyer biom in the Samurai Boy case. And ye busa say adan or say one, the attitude of the court no on pay decisions na court ni take case almost over a year. This guy never once came out to say he had a problem with the attitude and also the decisions of the court. And also, secondly, the amano I decided to say, on your chairman won't me lawyer biom no simple. Nina say, na opese court no attorney general no ana prosecution say, enkra tabi on assignment nyoma bi ana openo or sina opese court no she the attorney general court no I enforce it. Inti ano ka ho na on person we chairman won't me lawyer biom. But what has this got to do with chairman won't me? If you are disappointed in the court, if you are disappointed in the judge's reaction or the court's action, why do you withdraw your services? Because at this point, chairman won't me nyoshe. If you are disappointed in the court, let Ghanaians know I'm disappointed in the court. So the issue is I have a problem with the court, but your client did nothing to you. So your reasons for dumping Chairman to me, that reason or reasons does not make sense. You are saying, so right now, are you blaming the court? Are you blaming Chairman to me for the court's actions? Are you blaming Chairman Wuntumi for the court being insensitive? Are you blaming Chairman Wuntumi for the court or the judge not forcing the prosecution to provide a document? Why are you blaming your client? He paid you to do the job. However you can maneuver to get that done in court, Chairman Wuntumi is a daft person. He does not understand. So it's your responsibility as the lead counsel to make sure that what the court does not want to do, you force the court to do it. Your client, Jimmy, on the second or the amount. So right now, you are saying you don't want to be your client's lawyer. And what has your client done to you? You just want to tell your client that you are going to jail. I don't want to be part of that record. I don't want court to write judgment and say, I, Apia Kubi, was your lead counsel. That did not make a good case for you to go to jail. Finito. That's what you are doing. You have thrown your client under the bus. This is logic. Simple logic. Because there are any reasons now. Because a chiranka Apia Kubi Akachirebe say, my client disrespected me. My client did not pay me. My client is always out there saying things he's not supposed to say. Then I will say, okay, because of your client's attitude, because of the way your client was breaching the contract between the two of you, because your client was not allowing you to your job, when you decide to pull out, we will. But today, all the reasons you are stating it's got nothing to do with your client. The reasons you are stating is got to do with the court. So if the court is not doing what you want, what has it got to do with your client? Mamen chama de kudienti eye Apia Kubi or say on the chairman won't me juma bium. Let me tell you. Apia Kubi Eko Mahmoud Bawumia ho. Ena Bawumia friend say ombra no ombe breaki case ne down and chreno. Now Apia Kubi call you know. When he was called by Bawumia, he went to Bawumia to tell Bawumia everything from day one at Omufri Court about the day the case ended. Now, during his breakdown, there was this huge confrontation and argument between Apia Kubi and Bawumia. And what was going on? And they say, Apia Kubi concluded Bawumia and Nkofo him say Chairman Wontumi will go to jail. Now that is what triggered the anger between Apia Kubi, Chairman Wontumi, and Bawumia. Enti Chairman Wontumi and Bawumia they got angry, furious, because they were saying say Apia Kubi is a terrible lawyer. So Enunwe Bufo na Apia Kubi Babon Trebeka say he is not going to be the lawyer of Chairman Wontumi BM. You know why? It is because right now, no, he cannot blame Chairman Wontumi. What he has to do is to blame the court. And nothing that Wontumi can say, I don't want this and this and this and this about my client, so I'm walking away. Now, the only thing he can do is to put some flimsy excuses out and blame the court. But the main issue is that when Apia Kubi went to Bawumia, Apia Kubi was blunt. And if you have studied Apia Kubi for a very long time, in his political career, as much as he's stupid sometimes, every time in the MPP, he's very blunt about some things. Especially when they were in power. You saw how Apia Kubi was blunt on some few things. So when he went to Bawumia, we have been in court for all these years. I know this guy is your financier. He is pumping money into your campaign. What I can tell you is he's go to court. He will go to jail. Apia Kubi made it clear to Bawumia and Chairman Wontumi and Bawumia yere. And in the time you know what say, Chairman Wontumi will be jailed because the evidence the Attorney General provided and I know it didn't do. So Bawumia Bekachi Apia Kubi say he's a terrible lawyer. He's a bad lawyer. And Apia Kubi told Bawumia, say, what kind of nonsense are you telling me? I have stood on my foot or on my feet. Let me say it that way. For a year, Menje Chairman Wontumi Kapre. I was working for free. Every single day, I am going up and down in court. I'm not even seeing my family. I have basically moved to Accra. I have done everything as a lawyer to protect Chairman Wontumi. Today, you Bawumia sit here and tell me I'm a terrible lawyer. And when Apia Kubi PN say he doesn't want to be a lawyer for Chairman Wontumi. And nothing Wontumi real reason no. And he's lingering around a attitude of court, decision of court. Because if Apia Kubi ever issue with the court all these years, he never for once came out of court to blame the court for anything. No. Every single day he came out of court, he was smiling, assuring people, telling Ghanaians he has a good case, his client is doing well. But suddenly, why I say, judge natural judgment, this issue has happened. It is Bawumia. It is Bawumia. So what they have been trying to do is to get Kennedy Japan to intervene to go and talk to Lordina Mahama. And Kennedy Japan says he's not going to do that shit. I'm telling you today. Because you see, apart from Kennedy, the problem with this now, only Lordina is fine. So they are trying everything to get Kennedy to intervene. For Kennedy to go and talk to Lordina, for Lordina to. And Kennedy is like, Lordina is not a judge. Lordina is not sitting on the case. So Kennedy Japan said he's not going to do it. Enti ano enema Bawumia kacha Apia Kubi so Jimmy 4. And Apia Kubi says me Jimmy 4 there. Then I don't want to see to the end of this case, meaning the judgment before it comes. I want to isolate. I want to be out of this case. And nunti ne waha. And nunti na busa ne say adenti ena also wonye Chairman Wontumi lawyer bioma adentina also nya lawyer because chairman won't me nya ohwe chairman won't me any bibi ba omia didi na tem omo o ka chen so a bad lawyer or a terrible lawyer onim nyansa until right now no Apia Kubi is mad. Kennedy Japan say Lordina Mahama nya judge only Lordina Mahama any sa friendship no only Lordina Mahama entrance in this uncommon because ono Kennedy Japan no wakoko so many times chairman won't me so court into ono Lordina any sa uncommon di no the only Lordina nya judge into on to me court Lordina at what their reason their capacity is only in this no. But you have to understand Kennedy Japan on consequences no on him say Lordina Mahama will not listen to this nonsense. On him say Lordina Mahama is not going to open her door. Why do you even bring Lordina Mahama into this? Because they think say case it is beyond. No, it is the court. Inti Apia Kubi I withdraw the services it is because of Bawumia and the Dina Tem. Samira Bawumia Dina Tem wo fie. In fact, the problem Apia Kubi nya epa or the Samira Bawumia kachire no. It was the insult from Samira Bawumia. And this lawyer told Bawumia, said, talk to your wife. That disrespect to me and other people in the party, it is becoming too much. Bawumia told him, say, that is when Apia Kubi stormed out of Bawumia's residence. And that is how he came out to write this statement that he has withdrawn his services. O client no why obone ben ontumi nka chairman wontumi ade court obumra bi so ontumi nka chairman wontumi aden wakogina baby akoka bibia fa ho ontumi nka chairman wontumi eka bibi kira ontumi nka. You know why? It is because Samira Bawumia ne Bawumia no di natem. Now you understand what I mean. Now let me show you this. Apia Kubi and some are not all can to justify why he left Chairman Wontumi. You boost the sound room. I mean, body tea. I feel what you say. That is the danger. That is what echoes were MPP mu. Man, we Mahmoud Bawumia na shede bufu. Eya Bawumia ire ene Bawumia omu di na temu. Or kind of correction say Chairman Wontumi go jail. They should embrace themselves for it. Ena Bawumia ne yiri di na temu. Now, my member audio no for the last time. The reasons in here also on your chairman Wontumi lawyer biom. Now you understand say afi nchichim na bia ma no obeti ase. Apia Kubi onye da. Apia Kubi is done. And kind courtesy Samira Bawumia. Let's listen to this.
So let me move on to Samaboy. It appears to me that you do not have trust in your or you do not believe in your clients anymore. We are learning that you are withdrawing your services to your clients in that case.
Yeah, it is not the case. There are reasons why I'm withdrawing my services from this process is stated in our affidavit in support of the motion. And I am saying that I'm disappointed with decisions of the court. And I'm disappointed with the attitude of the court.
But if you withdraw your service, your client is going to perish.
No, when I withdraw my service, he is at liberty to engage another counsel. He is at liberty to do his case by himself, and he is at liberty to even apply to government for support by way of legal aid. So I'm sure he will take a decision when we get there.
What has the court done? What has the court done? You say you're not happy with.
I'm not happy with, particularly when I have made application for the court to order the prosecution to provide me with copies of the alleged assignment. Instead of the court making the order, the court dismissed my application. I expected the court to make that order for the prosecution to come and say that this is a copy of the assignment, or I don't have it at all, for her to come to a conclusion that there is no assignment. So that conclusive position we have is based on presumptions that since they could not provide the assignment, there is a presumption that it doesn't exist. But I expected the court to make the order directed at the prosecution to provide that assignment, or come to the court and say that there is no such assignment. For the court to record that there is no such assignment, and that brings finality to the charges on assignment.
And so do you think withdrawing your services is at the interest of your clients?
I think the court.
Guys, I'm a Kanjiro. Apia Kubia confirm me on Asempa on this interview. Apia Kubia catch the Munina as a chairman went to me go jail. He was the lawyer for Chairman Wontumi. He knows the case he presented. He knows the evidence he presented. He saw the evidence the Attorney General put before him. He knows his client was in the box, and he knows how his client fumbled. Apia Kubi was honest. He told Bawumia, he told Chairman Wontumi, he told them to brace themselves and that Chairman Wontumi will go to court, he will go to jail. Apia Kubi nailed it in front of Bawumia. Chairman Wontumi per Apia Kubi's statement in front of Bawumia and what he's saying today on TV, on radio, and the statement he's releasing, he has confirmed that Chairman Wontumi will go to jail. Nobody said it. Apia Kubi has confirmed that. Oba Nansafo Yebuni Be Yankana Sam. Bidin Ede Cabinet Koberu Taylor, Ochna, Ebeshia, Yebejum, Yebechim, Amagana for Ehunu Kreno. Abuache, good night and God bless you. Gigim.
Yo! We are best fishermen. No, no answer my. Abuache. You will for Belgium, 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 it was a Belgium, 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 it was two Belgium, 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 why you're why round what? Why you're why round what? Why you're why round what? Why you're super why round what? It was for Belgium, 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 it was a Belgium, 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 it was two Belgium, 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 it was a Belgium, 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 why you're why round what?